Across the Atlantic, two men separated by time zones, accents, and wildly different snack preferences join forces. Not for glory, not for fame, but for something far more noble, a live stream. This is not just any live stream. No, this is Hold My Net. And so, dear viewer, you are not here to be entertained. You are here to be transformed or mildly amused. Either is fine. From the United States, Tai, a man fueled by questions, Koi food, and the occasional button he probably shouldn't press. And across the great pond, literal pond, Aaron. From Humber Koi, steady, informed, British. Together they are not hosts. No, they are guides. They'll bring you experts. They'll bring you insight. They may even bring you slightly awkward pauses as someone forgets to unmute their mic. Each month, The Current brings with it a new guest, a traveler of the Koi world, a bearer of insight, experience, perhaps even a few well-earned scars. Together, we cast our nets wide, not to catch but to understand, to pull up the deep things, the overlooked, the misunderstood. But that's the point, isn't it? This isn't scripted. This isn't rehearsed. This is the Koi world, raw, real, and occasionally full of pond sludge. Each month they cast their net, not to trap but to explore, to gather wisdom from the brightest minds in Koi keeping, and to share it with you, the brave viewer, who could be watching literally anything else right now. So whether you're here to learn, to laugh, or because you thought this was a cooking stream, welcome. You've entered the Koi pit. You've tuned in to Hold My Net. Let's just hope Tai remembered to hit the Go Live button this time. But if not, that's what Aaron's for.
Welcome to Hold My Net, the show where we put our guests on the spot last minute and hope they show up. No, we got some return guests on the show. They are 2 minutes from joining us, but today I thought maybe we could talk about. Okay, those are the comments. Cool. Well, I thought we could talk about wintering fish and like fish growth and potential. I don't have a heated pond. Aaron, you do have a heated pond. I guess this will be your first winter with your heat pump going, though, right?
I mean, there will still be getting a winter. I'll still be taking it down to as low as the heat pump will go. It'll just keep it at that level and not have the fluctuation of 1 week being icy, the next week not. In the UK, I think 1 week it can be -2, the next week it can be 10 degrees. It's big swings. At least if that happens, you can just keep it at a set 8 degrees and it'll keep it at that.
Okay, so just enough to keep the edge off for them, just give them consistency.
Well, I will once. Okay. So at the moment, it's where I'm at 22 degrees, I think I'm at. And it is cold outside, but I am gradually bringing it down to a point of where I can move the Koi across. So I want to bring it down to ambient so I can take the heat pump off that pond, put it on the new pond, and go from there.
No, that makes total sense. So water temperature is straight across. Are you going to pump water from your existing pond to the new pond also?
No, well, yes and no. So what I'm intending to do is fill it up to the top and sterilize the full pond, PP the lot. After I've bleached any parts that aren't new and cleaned out, then I will fill it up to the top. I will cycle a pond, PP it. So I've got a hose pipe meter knowing how much the actual capacity is for treatments. Then I'll dump a load of water and pump the mature water across and I'll move the media. So I'm building a new bio unit that goes, but I will be using all of the K1 that's in my Nexus in that bio unit.
Okay. Are you gonna clean that, or you're just going straight in with the biological, bacteria that's already grown on it and everything?
Am I cleaning my media?
Yeah.
No, that'll just
Like,
get.
are you starting fresh, new everything,
No.
or?
So I will. 1 second. Hey.
Hello. Hey. Devin is gonna jump in a minute. How are you?
Oh, awesome! Thanks for joining us.
Happy
so
to
we've
be
got
here.
Devin and Mikki. Yeah. If people aren't familiar, we have Devin and Mikki from Demi Koi joining us today. They are koi dealers down in Southern California, and I bought quite a few fish from them now. So, but no. So, Mikki, you missed my intro, which went something to the effect of, "Welcome to Hold My Net, the show where we put our guests on the spot last minute and see how they do."
Yeah, how do we do? We show up late. That's how we do. Sorry about that.
No worries.
Happy to be here.
No sweat.
To be fair, Mikki, I completely forgot as well. Ty messaged me on Thursday to say, "Are we set?" And I've just been too busy building in the garden. I was like,
"Wow, that's a good thing to be busy about." No.
I didn't even realize it was the first of the month. Ty, sorry.
No worries. But I mean, your pond is really coming along. You're almost done.
Yeah, wow. It's getting there. Yeah. I've been waiting on one parcel because I've got the piece of glass to put in, and then it's near enough ready to be filled. But I've got one pipe that I need to put behind the pond, and the other one is already concreted underneath it. The one that went behind it, I needed to insulate it, and the sleeve, the insulation sleeve that I bought for it has taken so long to come. Do you know when you've ordered it, and if I could have got it locally and it was cheap, then I would have just rebought it, but it was expensive, and I got it from Amazon, and it's taken ages to come here.
So there's no prime delivery on that?
No, there won't. No, I couldn't find anywhere locally that sold it. But once that pipe's in, the fence can go on. When the fences go on, I can paint the fence the colour that matches the pond, and then the tiles can go around it. Like, I don't want to get into the point of. I went to my dad's house the other day, and he had a ladder over his pond trying to finish them bits off with a plank of wood on it. And I don't want to be that guy doing that. Like, holding a paint.
What's wrong with being that guy?
Do you know what I mean? I'd sooner do all of the difficult bits now, because I am clumsy and I would knock a tub of paint in it.
I get that. I'd do the same thing. When I built my moving bed filter, I did not put a tarp down on the ground on our patio, which I'm an idiot. I don't know why I wasn't thinking about that, but there is gel coat that is set and attached to our pavers on our patio now that I can't get off.
Yeah, that's nothing going anywhere.
Oh yeah, I don't.
Eventually, what I think I'm going to do, I'm just going to pull the pavers up and just flip them over, and we'll call it a day.
That's why I'm doing it.
Are US pavers double-sided?
Say what?
Are pavers in the US double-sided?
What do you mean?
Yeah, well, mine are. They're the same on both sides.
They're like one side has like either the texture or the pattern on it, and the other side is like like if you cast concrete and you put like crisscross mat on it, and then they take it off to adhere down.
That's how the back of the tiles are here, no?
Yeah, like that. Pavers like that in the UK as well.
Oh, that's so interesting.
So you couldn't flip a paver over here.
I did not know this.
Huh. That's interesting that the building materials are different in the UK because, well, in the Philippines, one thing that Devin, I guess, was like one pain point of Devin when he was there was that he couldn't find wire nuts anywhere. So I guess building materials are different everywhere. We just used electrical tape to wrap wires.
Wire nuts.
Are there no wire nuts?
Yeah, like the twist down wire connections.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
No?
I know what you're talking about.
Maybe it's something that's only in the US? I don't know.
Maybe.
It looks like a little...
Yeah, I've got one on my next screen and I've never seen one.
Really?
No.
Oh, that's fascinating. See, we're not alone.
How do you guys connect your wires?
Electrical tape? Is it electrical tape?
With Wagos.
What?
Oh, you use Wagos? Okay. We have Wagos here
What
too,
is a Waco?
but they're expensive and wire nuts are the cheaper
How do
solution.
you spell that?
Wago. WAGO.
Oh, so fancy.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the Philippines, we just take electrical tape and wrap it with everything is just wrapped that way.
To be fair, I
And it
didn't
was
even
so
tape
funny.
it, did I, Ty? So Ty has sorted me out with some things for my pond and my filter to do with his job, but I'm not going to do the spoiler because there's going to be a full video on it. But it involves some electrics, and the biggest stumbling block is US electrics isn't the same as UK electrics, so we've had to use transformers to get it to work the same. I didn't know whether it was going to work, so rather than connecting it all up, I just twisted the wires together and just held them with a stick apart so they won't touch, and said, "Ty, you didn't see that."
Is it but you guys use
But it
220
works.
volts.
240, yeah, we are.
240.
Yeah.
We use 220 in the Philippines. They use 120 here in the United States, and in Japan they use 110.
I know when we bring our electrical products to the US, like say if Nikki took hair straighteners, they don't work.
Took what?
Oh,
If
interesting.
we take our like Nikki took her hair straighteners to the US,
There's Devin in
the 220, they don't work.
Because I'm
That's
surprised
so
it didn't
bizarre.
like explode though.
Well, it's half the
Did it not-
voltage. So if you brought a one,
That's right. The other way
Now,
around.
if my wife brought her hair straightener to the UK, they'd probably explode.
Yes, that's right. That's how it works.
Jeez.
Devin's
No,
here.
so what Aaron and I were talking about, or what we wanted to talk about today, was wintering fish and like
Great
fish
topic.
growth. So, and yeah, I've been curious. Like, so a lot of people will heat their ponds so that they can get the like max growth potential out of their
Mhm.
fish. But can you still reach that same potential even if your fish, have a winter and a off season?
It was hard in Minnesota.
Yeah,
That's why we had
it's
mud
different.
ponds.
You kind of got to try to like make up for, I think, lost time in like the summer months if you're trying to grow your fish as fast. But I do feel like having like cooler weather helps like maintain like better skin quality. Like it allows time for like the skin to catch up as the fish are growing. So like the color cells like on the red can fill in like more, become more dense and like make the color look thicker, as opposed to like, especially because like we've worked in Minnesota where it's extremely cold. the Philippines where it's extremely hot, and then California where it's like kind of in between. And like we saw like drastic differences, basically the exact opposite in the Philippines. The fish grow so fast that they would just like lose the red, or it would become so thin it would look like yellowish. And it's very difficult to like build that skin quality back up. And even like the shiroji would like kind of get like ruined on the fish per se, because it just didn't have enough time to, I don't know, like maybe the heat made it look like yellowish, something like that.
You lose a luster. You lose luster. It gets like overstretched, but
Yeah.
it is possible to have beautiful lustrous skin. It's just very difficult.
Mhm.
In the same way that it's possible to grow your fish.
Uh-oh.
Come back.
Your camera's gone off, guys.
Yeah.
Oh, we can still hear you, though.
Oh, there you go. You're on a different camera. You're on like a side view.
Uh-oh, but now we can't hear you.
Now we can't hear us?
Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you now, yeah.
Oh, now I can hear you.
That's fine. That works.
So sorry, Mickey, you were saying.
Oh, it's difficult to get the fish to grow maybe in the colder water, but between colder water and warmer water, I think it's more difficult to get that skin quality.
Yeah, if given the like, say you had to live somewhere like a really hot climate to like try to grow fish or keep fish versus a cold climate, I would choose a cold climate because you can always like easily heat the water to like make up for lost time and still benefit from having like the cold environment where you can drop the water temperature down to really kind of like polish the fish up, versus like in a tropical environment you can put chillers on, but it's cost prohibitive. I feel like it's cheaper to heat a pond and much easier to heat a pond as opposed to like trying to chill a pond.
It is much. It's very expensive to chill a pond, and it also if the chiller goes out, that's a bad situation because then it becomes prone to bacterial infections and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, because it's going to be a sudden change to heat as opposed to the other way around.
The same can be true for if you had a heater and it went out. It's just better to have maybe some redundancy. At least with a heat, you can like, well, I guess to an extent too, you can insulate like a pond to try to keep it cool, but I feel like it's easier to keep heat in as opposed to.
Let's put it this way. I've experienced both ways. I do like the results better when you grow the fish slower, because of the cold, as opposed to getting the fish really big really quickly.
What do we consider a good look temperature and how long? Like anything 60 degrees and lower is like really good for like getting like this skin quality, I think, to really pop.
Yeah, I agree.
And like probably degrees. Like 2-3 months, something like that.
Okay.
So that's 15 degrees C to anyone in the UK watching.
Yeah.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
I think so. That is like now we're not even in winter, in autumn, and that is what current water temperatures unheated are at outside now. It'll get a lot colder than that.
How long does it stay for that cold?
Till spring.
When does spring end?
We have 2 weeks of summer here.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Somebody has a question. So, what would you consider a good low temperature for how long?
Oh, same like the 60 degrees for like 2-3 months.
That was what Devin was answering.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I think.
So that's like ideal, right? Because this last winter, my pond got all the way down to 34 degrees.
Yeah, that's all right. You just can't feed them. Ideally,
Yeah.
like, it's tough once the pond gets to like around like 50 degrees because like their metabolism and their like immune system all kind of like slows way down. So like that area is kind of scary. But if you can keep it like 45 degrees and lower, the fish are pretty safe. Nothing's really happening. They're just dormant. Or if you can keep it like say like 55, 58 and up, it's pretty safe as well for the fish.
I think the biggest challenge, though, and this is something that we encountered, was that when it gets that cold in Minnesota, we had hobbyists that actually lost fish in the winter because of starvation.
Yeah, you got to be careful because our winters can be extremely long. So if you don't have enough like body fat reserves in the fish in the winter, like just goes on and on and on, the fish can run out of energy.
It sounds like a song.
Yeah.
But what happened in her situation was like, so the metabolism of fish start up at about 60 degrees? Is that?
Like 50
degrees?
something like that.
So the temperature would go up and down. It would go up to 50 and then down to 30, up to 50 and down to 30 throughout the day. But we don't realize that the fish metabolism does. So if essentially the fish was using it in the daytime and then like not using it in the nighttime, but it been doing it for like a long period of time.
Yeah.
So yeah,
they just run out of reserves.
It's also the bacteria in your filter as well that won't handle, if it gets below that temperature, won't handle the food that you're throwing in it as well.
Yeah.
So it's a kind of delicate balance. So
and by 50 we're meaning like 10 degrees Celsius.
Yes.
Yeah, so 55. So I know a lot of people that have heated ponds, when they go down to them, 55's about what they tell you to keep your heat pump at in winter.
Mm-hmm.
I've got the conversion chart up now. Sounds like I know what I'm on about, but I'm reading the chart.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, Aaron, is that your game plan this winter with your pond being heated?
My game plan is to keep it as hot as I can until the fish get moved across.
What is as hot as you can look like? Like what?
Well, it's 13 degrees outside now, and it's at 24. 22.
It's like 73, 75.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah, that's really nice.
22 degrees is 71.
71. Okay.
So it's at that now, but it is. I'll tell you what temperature it is on the side. Okay. Yeah, it's pretty cold outside at the moment. So it's 11 degrees outside at the moment. So it's at 51 outside.
Are you guys nighttime right now, or is it like morning?
It's 6:30 on the night.
Oh,
okay.
You're not quite there yet.
Yeah.
Time might be though.
The water temperature?
I thought that was.
I'm pulling up a conversion chart right now so I can keep up.
Were you talking about time?
No. Temperature.
Oh.
I don't know what Ty's temperature is right now.
Oh, yeah. I don't have no idea what's salt.
So in my pond, it's at like 64 degrees right now.
Okay, so it's like 18 Celsius or something like that.
Everyone's
17, yeah.
I think so.
Let the boys do that.
Devin's pretty close.
That's what happens when you work in Japan.
Yeah.
They use Celsius there. So
and I was always trying to figure out how hot is it? How cold is it? Yeah.
Yeah, his brain actually adapted. My brain still can't adapt to centimeters versus inches. So it just forgot both of it. I just hold a pencil next to everything and try to measure it against that.
Is it centimeters or inches in the Philippines?
It's everything.
It's everything.
Oh, is it?
We're confused. We use kilometers for distance. Miles. But somehow there's miles somewhere in there too. We use feet for height, but some people have started to use meters already now. Like when they do pond depths and measurements, it's always meters. But for some reason, when I was a child, they measured me by foot and inches. I think they're switching now. we're just confused.
Yeah.
I think the Philippines is just as confused as I am. So it works out.
So Marcus has just put a comment there, and I think it's called like Danger Alley in the UK. Like 12 to 18 is where you're prone to parasites and problems in ponds when it comes into spring, and that's why a lot of people have heaters so they can push through that. So, he was saying that we would try and avoid them temperatures, that range of the pond sitting at the point where the fish's immune system can't handle it.
So it's funny because again, Philippines, we have just constant heat. We have hotter. It's interesting. The concept of wintering your pond is something I came across when I moved here. The challenge that we usually experience because we only have that type of like temperatures is that pH crashes can happen, and it happens when it wants to happen. We have no control over it, and when it does happen, it's just like complete wipeout. So there is one advantage to the overwintering system, even if it is a pain in the butt, is that you're always restarting your pond. You're always like,
Yeah, like your bio is like dying or going dormant and having to reactivate. So like in some sense, like you give the carbonate hardness a break because the bio's not always consuming it. I don't know, or maybe it's just too like
maybe it's
the
just a
makeup
matter
of the source water here versus there as well.
It didn't matter
Factoring in
though.
with the heat.
I don't think it mattered over there though, whether or not you were in like which area of the country you were.
Yeah.
You might be right though. Maybe the source water is just a huge factor, but you know, it would take a few years for the filter to start to crash, granted, but the fact that it was unexpected and, you know, just comes out of nowhere, kind of a big deal. So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
pH crash was something that was always in the front of my mind when I was over there in the Philippines. But then over here, like Devin didn't even consider it often because it doesn't happen often. When you're always manually resetting your pond, it becomes something that doesn't happen frequently. So there's one positive about that.
You probably didn't have to deal with koi pox either over there.
Mm-mm.
Koi
pox.
Oh, I don't know what it was. Really, like it didn't happen that often.
Yeah. Very rare.
Very rare. So it's almost negligible. But I didn't know what really like in what do you call this? In practice, I didn't know what it was when I was looking at it. You see it in books, but it does manifest a lot of different ways. So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it's a little bit scarier than others, but yeah. It only happens over a certain temperature.
I'd like to.
I'm curious.
If all my fish
go ahead, Aaron.
And are happy, I will turn my heat pump off. If I can get the transition to where it's cold, because all of my fish have always had a proper winter where they've had like 3 months off the food, and it's just been at whatever the temperature is outside. The heat pump for me was to improve the growing season. So when springs come, like for the last few years, I have had problems with parasites in the pond at spring, and I've not had the temperature to be able to treat it.
Mm.
Oh yeah.
So at least now, like this year, PP'd the pond, turn the heat up, float treatment in, done. Not had to do anything else at all since then. But like at the beginning of every year before that, if I've ever had a problem, I've struggled so much because every packet of anything that I've had a problem with, it always says like minimum's 10 degrees.
Oh yeah.
Which
Hard to
is
keep it if the
50 degrees at 50 degrees Fahrenheit over here. So obviously fish start becoming a little bit active, swimming around, doing a load of flashing. You scrape them, and then you're in a catch-22 situation then because everything's not ineffective under that.
Yeah, it's tough because unless you have like a hospital tank or something you can move everything to and treat, that's like a smaller body of water. Like it's really difficult dealing with it, like in the whole pond.
Doesn't it just like, if one fish has it, doesn't it kind of just like happen then? Because yeah, to the rest of the fish.
Yeah.
Because it's a result of the temperature going up and down, and
yeah, and their immune system's not really online, but it's getting warm enough for the parasites to like breed and
so would a hospital
reproduce, and then
tank
they
really
can
help?
overtank. Yeah, because if you moved it to a hospital tank, smaller body of water, you could probably heat it with like an aquarium heater, and then you can do an effective treatment
For all the fish?
Yeah,
I guess.
something like that. But I don't know if if you're in a place like LA, most people barely have space for a pond, let alone having a hospital tank. So it's kind of depends where you're at and your resources.
It's also like one of those things that the delicate balance, because the more you stress the fish, the more the immune system goes down, the less it has like strength to fight whatever. But if you don't treat the fish, obviously it's not going to do very well. So it's like a delicate balance, I think. I mean, if your pond is like 30,000 gallons, you should probably move it to a hospital tank because it's much easier to treat. But yeah. What's the biggest like, I guess parasites are a biggest issue when you go into the winter, or bacterial infection?
Well, like coming out like in the spring, probably, you're gonna have parasites first, and then that could lead to like, wounds that bacteria could potentially infect.
Do you guys have a harder time treating bacterial infections or parasite infections?
I feel like I've had to deal with a lot more bacterial infections.
It's more difficult.
And yeah, but I that's just been my experience so far.
I mean, there's a lot of it, and I wouldn't say that all of it's down to the winter, and it can be down to where stock's bought from, what country it's come from, and whether people not quarantining fish, and then there can be poor husbandry as well. There can be a lot of reasons why that's happened. It's yeah, but we don't physically have somewhere we can go get meds from as easy as how Ty got Mr. Martinez, so Dr. Martinez, to come to his property.
You guys don't have like that many like aquatic vets in the UK?
No.
That's surprising because you guys
Nick,
have
do you know of any aquatic vets? No. So my wife has worked as a veterinary nurse all her life.
Yeah.
And she doesn't know of any.
That's crazy.
That's insane. There's so many more, and the hobby is so much more like mature in the UK as opposed to over here.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. There's people you can send swabs to. So there is Dr. Paula Reynolds. She has like a laboratory where you can send swabs to, but she's not is it a clinical who prescribes? Yeah, so she can't prescribe medicine, although she can tell you what you need. Then you'd have to then take that diagnosis to a vets and then try and get them to prescribe you.
That's so interesting.
Yeah,
because like even in Minnesota, we had an aquatic vet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess you don't know what you have until you don't have.
Don't get me wrong.
I feel very fortunate
that has the meds, but most people shouldn't have them.
Yeah,
I agree.
It's definitely a lot of overuse.
But also, like, if you think about it, there is the medication part. You can get the meds and you can administer it themselves. But an aquatic vet. Oh, we lost Ty. But having an actual vet there who knows how that all works, telling you what to do, where to do it, and how to do it. That's a resource that Ty is very lucky to have, aren't you, Ty?
Yeah, I am very fortunate. Yeah, very lucky. Oh, I forgot to tell you that that package came.
Oh, it was Ty's birthday.
I was watching the unboxing. He was on a
What?
video
There's an
call, and he was like, "I've got a package."
There's an unboxing video?
No.
Oh
it
no,
was-
me and Aaron were just video chatting before all this started, and the package showed up. So,
Isn't it cool? The bottle's
yeah,
kind of
it's
cool.
super cool.
Should show it. Show it.
So, since we chatted last,
Mhm.
me and
Look at that. It's so cool.
So that was really nice of you guys. Thank you.
You're welcome.
what was that liquor that that you made me try, Ty? That doesn't taste of anything.
Oh, soju?
No, I'm not. a fan. It literally tastes of nothing.
Water. That's water. It's called water.
Yeah. Nah, I
Was
mean,
it, was it Budweiser?
I was gonna say that next.
so
I tried to get him to try drinking it mech juice style. You know what that is? So in Korea, when you're having your beer with dinner or something, and you have your soju, a lot of people will, in their like full beer glass, they'll take a shot of the soju and dump it in there.
Oh, yeah.
Mickey likes that.
No, I don't.
what
No,
a
I
waste of beer.
No, you put like what we would do. I don't want chopsticks. Here. So what I would do, this is the glass,
Put, like,
chopsticks, put this,
All right.
put the,
and then put the shot glass on top.
and then
of
you'd
it.
bang the table. It would fall, and then you just chug. Yeah.
She's dangerous.
Somek,
Don't hang
that's
out
what
with
it's called.
Huh?
Oh no, when you add the soju to the beer, it's called somek.
Somek.
Uh-huh. Yeah, ju that just means alcohol, right? So mekju is beer. Soju is like the, that makes sense?
Yeah.
So
I call
somek
it,
is when you put the two together.
Soju and beer.
I call it a hangover. Call it dangerous. And a death wish. Yep.
So here's my question about heated ponds versus unheated ponds and trying to grow fish.
Mm-hmm.
A heated pond, you're going to be able to grow your fish faster. But will the fish that are in an unheated pond, given enough time, still catch up, even though they go
Yes.
through a winter each year?
I think so.
I
I
think
believe
so.
so.
Yeah.
From our experience, yes.
Yeah.
I also think that it's more
Okay.
difficult. This is something that my dad always said, but I've only begun to understand, not recently, but much later, much longer after he said it. It is so much more difficult to stunt the growth of your fish than it is to grow it. Why would you want to stunt the growth of your fish? Well, the reason being is the older the fish get, the thicker the skin gets. With thicker skin, the color pigments get deeper. So the colors are also richer.
Sharper edges too. So the patterns, you kind of like the sashi cleans up, stuff like that.
Exactly. So stunting you can't, it's not like, it's like bonsai, but it's not. Like bonsai, you can make you can shape it, right? But with fish, you can't cut the fins and make it a smaller fish because the body is already as long as it is.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why it's much more difficult to stunt the growth of the fish.
Reason you'd want to do that is for like if you're trying to compete for like say young champion or baby champion, and you need like that perfect like skin quality, perfect pattern, all those kinds of things.
And this is,
you want a smaller older fish is going to look much better than a this size young fish.
And this is for like competition situation. I understand that not everybody has is in that frame of mind, but even if you aren't in that frame of mind,
you will see a difference in the fish that's older. Their skin's just a lot thicker. The colors are a lot brighter if they're stunted, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. It has more.
Oh, not even if they're stunted. Just
Yeah,
bigger
thick.
fish in general too. Just have that more
Yes.
rich, like thick color to them.
So there's this thing about like in All Japan show, you'll look at the fish, the little baby champions or whatever that are tiny. None of those are Tosai. Those are all like,
Yeah.
I would be surprised if any of them are Tosai because all of their edges are all like clear and crisp. The white on the fish are all bright. You know, you don't see like sashi, like underlying color pigments underneath that white, and you only get that with age. Yep.
Yeah.
But in terms of growing, if you really want to grow them, they'll still grow. Just have to be a little bit more patient. I know nowadays it's not that popular. Patience, I understand that. It's really hard to do. I get that, but they will still grow.
Yeah.
I think heated's not just about growing though. I think it can bring stability to it. So for us, one day in the UK we can have 30 degrees, and then the next day we can have 15, and the swings are absolutely massive. Like, so even if you don't set it to a growing temperature and just hit it straight at 20 degrees and have it as a middle ground where it's not hard pushed growth temperature, but you've just got a nice level playing field for them, then you can get quality as well as stability.
I think that's a perfect example of the best use for heat. It is stability, because that 20 degrees difference, the fish will really not like that. They're going to show it. It's a health issue as opposed to a beautification issue.
Yeah,
for sure. And like you mentioned, it's easier to heat the pond as opposed to chill it. So to keep it at 70 and keep it stable, that's so much better for the fish. Absolutely.
Yeah. Now, one day in the far off future, because I got a lot of stuff I got to finish in my backyard before I could really be in a place to do this, but I would like to get an air source heat pump that's a good size for my pond. More so for bringing the fish out of spring, being able to give them that stability and being able to start bringing the temperature up. I think more for their immune systems and for their sake than anything else, right? Just making that whole transition easier. Yeah, get their immune systems built up, to get the biological filtration built up quicker, all those things.
Yeah, and just by preventing like those up and down swings, that's gonna like prevent a lot of stress for the fish, because that's kind of like what's hardest for them.
Yeah. I think it's interesting because All Japan show, if you notice, the time of year that they hold it is end of January usually. I think it's very strategic, the reason they held it there for many, many reasons. But also it's coming out of like winter time when their skin is just shiny. They're done with their growing in the mud ponds, and they're given like enough time to like condition and let the cold like work its magic to like, I guess, for people stuck in those pores. But yeah. And just also before the spring, where temperatures can just like really like go up and down. So yeah.
I had a question for Aaron. In the UK, do you guys ever have concerns about like plumbing freezing and stuff like that in the winter?
Yeah, it can happen.
Okay.
It can happen. Like my dad's pond has fully frozen over all bar like the smallest hole where his return was just literally slowed down running through it. But yeah, it does happen. People are generally pretty wise to like external pipes and insulating it. That's part and parcel of why there's no water from a pond yet, because I've been waiting for that pipe insulation for like the last 2 weeks. I wouldn't stick it in a place that's...
You put like insulation.
When I put the fence up, it'll be it's like a like an inch thick rubber, but because it's a 2-inch pipe, it's like that sleeve that goes over the full lot of it.
Oh, like a pool noodle, but larger.
Like a pool noodle, yeah. But it's non-permeable and water can't get into it to freeze. So,
Do you use that?
I mean,
I did have a lot of thoughts about running those on my pipes because they're pretty long runs getting from one side of the pond to the other for the returns. But I figured they're buried a good 2 feet underground, so hopefully it'll be fine. But
Yes.
yeah, my other return, the one that you saw, Ty, that was stuck up at the end of the pond, that one's from the heater anyway, and it goes underneath the pond. But when I changed my mind at last minute to have the skimmer inside the pond, then I didn't have enough pipes underneath to do it the way that I was going to do it. So one of them had to go behind the pond. Not a problem. It was by doing that allowed me to get 2 4-inch returns to the filter house. So one
4-inch
external
return.
pipe. Realistically, if I really wanted to as well, slow it down for winter, I could turn that return off, the one that goes externally.
I was asking, what did you do in Minnesota for
Well,
those
most
pipes?
like critical stuff, if you're gonna keep running your pond in the winter, the pipes have to be like below the frost line, and then like skimmer pipes and stuff like that typically will drain the ponds below like the inlet of the skimmer and then blow out all the lines. Like same thing you do with like an irrigation system, just blow it out with air to get all the water out, so nothing's in there to freeze and expand and crack the pipes in the winter.
How is it different from what they would do in the UK?
Well, it sounds like you guys for the most part keep your stuff running, whereas
apart from showers, people turn them off because they're super chill and fast. So I've seen people make boxes and stuff like that.
Yeah, well, most
to go around
ponds like Minnesota, like they'll let almost the whole top freeze over, whole for oxygen exchange, like over winter, whether you're using de-icer or like a light box or like aeration, something
Just to
like
be
that.
clear, this is outdoor pond, really cold, like minus
20 every year for sure. Same on Celsius and Fahrenheit.
Yeah. So that's why freezing ice.
Yeah.
So that's negative 28 degrees, Aaron.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, not quite the same.
what temperature does it go to?
Minus 20.
Minus 20 Fahrenheit.
Fahrenheit.
What
Yeah.
Fahrenheit?
So negative 28 degrees Celsius.
Oh my god! I wouldn't even have fish if that was the thing. I just wouldn't even bother.
Yeah, everybody that keeps koi there is definitely crazy.
That's why we had
My
mud
god!
ponds there, and we had a very short summer.
Mm-hmm.
And then we would overwinter them.
Yeah,
So-
we bring them all. A lot of people, what they'll do is they'll have like an indoor pond for the winter.
Or
So
they'll
you
put a
just-
hoop house.
You just move, or you put up like a hoop house. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So.
But that was where we were growing our fish.
Mm-hmm.
The skin was beautiful, and the advantage was even 15 years old, it looks still very
it's
young,
very
but
young
still
looking.
have the advantage of that color depth.
Yeah.
But it takes 15 years to get to over a meter.
Yeah.
Yep, and it was a sockeye fish, so you had the genetics.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've never had so much growth as what I've had this year, but
What is that?
I've known every year coming out of winter, my fish look amazing. The sumi fills out so much in winter.
Yeah.
That it's not something that I'd like. I know that I won't be missing out by not heating it. I'll be gaining it back, and I can push it hard in spring.
Yeah.
Plus, as well, like I think a lot of people have said, how much does it cost you to run them? Like, so my electricity bill, this has been the first month where it's actually cost me money to run it, because we've got a massive solar panels on our house.
Okay.
Where throughout summer, even at a higher temperature than the air temperature, the solar panels have coped with it. It's the scales have just tilted now to where it has to be on more than what the solar panels can do. So it's this month's cost me money.
What does that look like compared to before? Like,
In what?
Because I asked because I remember we were having this conversation with Steve Gibbons, and he's from the UK, and he was saying like the concept of energy efficient equipment in the United States is so laughable, I guess, that's him saying it kindly. That's putting his words kindly. He said it was laughable compared to what you guys in the UK would consider as energy efficient.
But mine isn't. It's not energy efficient because mine's in a 1 mil thick swimming pool with no insulation at all. So I've got an air source heat pump on what's effectively a kid's swimming pool with Nexus on it. So any heat that goes into it is out of it straight away. So that heat pump is on all the time at the moment.
That's why you're actually having to spend money this year. I see.
Yeah, no. So in summer, it didn't cost, even though it was losing heat, the solar panels was generating enough to keep it above summer temperatures. But now it's 11 degrees outside. To keep it at 22, it's really because there's no insulation.
They've got 8 months of clouds coming.
What?
They have 8 months of clouds coming.
But what about pumps? Like water pumps? What is energy? Because you said earlier 4-inch pipes. That's a.
Oh, I have a question too. It's not really related to winter, but how come in the UK it seems like pond turnover rates are so low?
Is it?
Why?
Like what is your reference? Like
I see.
What does that mean?
Somebody was telling me they were watching something and they're like about pond building in the UK, and it was recommended like the pond gets turned over like once every like 4 hours or something like that.
I'd say at least once or just once
an hour. Once an hour to once every 2 hours max is what our pond turnover
okay,
is.
then this is probably just some crazy person's video that.
I've not.
It's the same here.
Okay.
Yeah. Dilbert, if there's anyone in the comments, Lorraine's in the comments from the UK, what do you guys turn your ponds over at? But I was always told that it's between once an hour to once every 2 hours is what is normal. He's back.
He is back.
Yeah, we've just got 2 4-inch feeds to the filter is what I've got.
Okay. There's like gravity then?
Yeah, I've got a 4-inch gravity skimmer and a 4-inch bottom drain going into the drum.
Oh, cool.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. That video's not out yet, mate.
Yep. What is it about?
Does anybody in the comments have any questions?
What did you
I know
say?
I'm going to think of some more, but
in the United States,
at least once an hour, but like a lot of people will do even more. It kind of depends on what your setup is.
So you said most people
in the UK, I heard like they would turn it over like once an hour is like standard. Like somebody told me like, oh, the UK says you should turn it over like once every 4 hours or once every 6 hours, something like that.
Yeah, so
it's
once
like
every
really
hour
slow.
and or at least once every 2 hours. But you say sometimes people do more than once an hour here.
Yeah, twice an hour sometimes.
But
stuff like that.
I'm hearing different. I thought higher turnover was better.
It is, and we're agreeing on that.
Okay. Once every 2 hours.
my pond does it 2.3 times an hour, something like that.
No, because I heard him say once every 2 hours. That's 0.5.
So yeah, so what they say is the golden zone is between once an hour to once every 2 hours. But that will depend on like loads of factors, because I've made mine where I don't want the water going through the bio that fast.
Yeah, I guess that's
So,
what I'm getting
so
at.
I'll be pulling from the clean side of a drum and doing a high speed return, but then the bio will be going from the bio to the heater, because both of them don't like it that fast.
Mm-hmm.
So the bio loop will be slower than the clean loop.
I guess that's what I'm kind of getting at. Like, I feel everything has an advantage and disadvantage. So, what's the pros and cons of having a higher turnover versus a lower turnover, and vice versa? Because, yeah, I'm sure there are advantages and disadvantages. I always thought that the higher turnover was better, but then you also think about, like Aaron was saying, the lower turnover
contact time you have in the
allows
bio.
longer contact time. I mean, obviously, if you're going 50 times an hour, you're not actually cleaning it. You're just speeding by. So, yeah.
I think it also depends on what filter you're using as well, because let's say that you've got an Easy Pod or a Nexus or a multi-bait. Like, there's going to be a point where the turnover rate's so high it just blows the muck through it.
Mm-hmm.
Because like, I know on my Nexus there is a sweet spot that I've got on my controller, and if I go beyond that, I end up with loads of fines.
Mm.
So when it's static K1, like there is a point where it's efficient, and if you think let's smash water through it for a high turnover, there is also a point where you've got no contact time and you'll be blasting the muck through it because you're pushing it harder than what it's designed to run.
Mm-hmm.
So, what's the two?
Scrags, put in the comments.
Depends on the filter.
How what's your turnover of your pond? We're just trying to do UK versus US. So how do you turn yours over once an hour, once every 2 hours?
I mean, for my pond, in the middle of the summer, my pond is going more than 2 times an hour. My pond approximately is around 6,000 gallons, I believe, total water volume. And then I have 2 pumps that do 7,000 gallons an hour each. So it's more than 2 times an hour. But like this last winter, I actually had my pumps turned down all the way to like 20% because they're multi-speed.
Mm-hmm.
Just because I mean the biological filters are pretty much dormant in the middle of the winter, and I have those spillways, those returns that crash water back down into the pond. I actually have stuff inside of my filter room so I can reroute that water so it's only going through the returns. That way I don't have that water hitting the cold air on its way back to try to help keep the temperature in there as warm and stable as I can. So, I mean, I'm curious with turnover rate in the time of year if that matters. This is just what I thought made sense. I didn't need to have the
Yeah,
pumps going full bore
I think
when the temperature is
for us,
34 degrees.
I've always thought that higher turnover, like in the Philippines, we always have high turnover rates. And I understand it's probably a filter design situation where it's just better for that setup. But yeah, what are your thoughts on that? Why would you have, what's the advantages?
There's
Turnover rate?
a good comment for you. So this is kind of how it works in the UK. And that was where I was saying between 1 and 2, unless you have a big bio due to contact time. So the way that I've built mine is that only half of the water will be going back through the bio. So,
and two, it
how often
kind of depends on like the design of the pond as well. Like, do you have the appropriate like amount of like flow in the pond to get the waste to the bottom drains? And like same thing where like Aaron's doing, you can divert less of the water going through the bio so it has a higher contact time, but maybe you still need that same amount of flow in the pond to actually like clean everything, sweep it to the bottom drains. So It really is
Yeah,
case by
so-
case. You
Yeah,
can't like put a broad label like, oh, this is the way it has to be done, because every pond is different and it's going to work different
Yes.
every instance.
So
you
what
can't
is?
make a blanket statement really about it.
I understand that the lower turnover rate will allow longer contact time with the biofilter. What does the higher turnover rate do? That's good.
I don't know. I'm not a biologist or whatever would need to know, but
For
there
filtration,
is like
yeah.
a saying like it needs to be in contact with that water long enough to like break down that ammonia, something
Okay.
like that.
So
And
there
I don't
is-
know the time or
So
how
there's
that
no.
really-
Is there no advantage to having higher turnover rates?
It's about moving waste as well, isn't it? So obviously, if you've got a high flow, you're taking the waste out the water column and getting it into your
Yes.
filter. But I mean, there's arguments for
Mhm.
both sides of it, because I've heard someone say before that, like, if the ammonia touches that biological for 1 minute an hour, say, but then what happens if your flow rate's double? Is it not touching it for 30 seconds each time it goes round, but it's still the same? Because it's doing it twice within.
Same.
I've heard both sides of the story.
Yeah, I see.
Of that.
Thank
but
you.
I've always gone on the mind of through the biological, you don't want to be powering it through.
Mm-hmm.
And I've had friends like this year. I've been putting a lot of research into drum filters and combi units and stuff like that. And a lot of the people that want the high flow to move the waste physically then start having nitrite problems, because to keep the flow in the pond that they need, the combi filter can't. It puts the water through the bio too much.
Mhm.
So, like in the experience over there, it feels great shirt, by the way.
Do you know what? I didn't even know you were coming on. Ty told me, so I said, "So who's the guest then?" At 4 minutes to, and I was like, "Oh, that's quite funny." So I've got their
Nice.
t-shirt on.
That's awesome. Yep, I have ESPN. I was sending you messages.
I didn't know you were into sports.
No, I'm not. I'm into chick flicks and Mean Girls, the movie. I think that's Mean Girls.
I don't know. Probably.
Oh, I missed it. I missed it.
Oh, sorry, that was me. Quick and faster.
Fast. For a larger waist, lowers.
That goes back to what I was saying about some of the filters earlier, where if you have it too high, and I know I've seen it firsthand, and I've tried when I had my Nexus, I tried it on 30% all the way up to 80%, and I documented how much fines there was in the column with a camera, and like I got it to a point,
because I feel like.
And when I changed pumps, it was so annoying, because like I had it at, I can't remember what it was on my old pump now. I think it was at 61% on my old pump, but then this new pump just goes 1 to 10. So when I put it on 6, the power curve was nowhere near the same as what the other one was. So I put the old pump back on and timed how long it took to fill the Nexus up, and then worked it out with that. So yeah, but yeah, that's the that's why I went with a different drum and a bio unit, so I can dictate how much water goes through that, how much goes through the heater. And I know a lot of people recirculate the water from the bio with a separate pump over to a shower and then back into the bio as well. So it's looping through
Let's
it.
get more
That happens a lot over here.
That's interesting. I wonder too, because it says your higher turnover is beneficial for larger waste, lower is better for fines, and you agree with that statement.
I wonder if it has something again to do with temperature, because the metabolism is really active in warmer weather, like in the Philippines. We have usually our designs have higher turnover in general, maybe because of the way we have to feed the fish.
And too, like in the
Because their waste is
possibly in a
large.
warmer water, like they're respirating faster, so they're giving off a lot more ammonia. I don't know. Maybe
That's true.
tied into
They
it,
do. They do give a lot. Yeah, they do respirate a lot more. So maybe that's
More
another.
movement in the water and more oxygen getting added too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was
that's a
about to say that.
huge issue too, is the amount of oxygen in the water and warmer water temperatures because it holds less.
I never like the saying in the Philippines. My dad would always say is you can never over aerate your pond. That's in the Philippines. And then I meet Devin and he's like, yeah, you can.
Yeah, I think
And I'm like,
it's
that's not possible for us. It isn't possible for us. But apparently,
Like, well, one of the things we ran into when like we first started Koi Acres, it was my brother and I in Minnesota.
Koi Acres is his family's
Like
company in Minnesota. It still exists. They mostly build.
Yeah, they mostly build koi ponds,
now.
but before it started as just like importing koi. And when we had like our initial design for like our tanks for holding the stock of fish, we had like aerators everywhere, like each corner, like halfway through on like the long side. So it was like boiling water almost kind of thing. And the issue we ran into, because like we were just brand new to this and we didn't realize really what we're doing. We were like basically pureeing all of like the fish waste, and we weren't getting any settlements in like our vortex chambers. So then we started having a lot of like bacterial issues with the fish because there was just so much like waste in the water. And
did
once
the waste stay in the pond?
Yeah, it never settled because it was getting to be so fine. So what we did then, once we figured out what we're doing wrong, is we built like a wall in the tank on one end, put all the aerators behind the wall, and the water would fill in through there, and we put like biomedia in there. So essentially we made like a moving bed without even realizing what we're doing. But just to begin with, we only had the aerators in there. So all the water be aerated in there, come up over the wall, spill back into like basically like a tiny little waterfall. And then we stopped having so much like health issues with the fish.
It's almost like that like bio.
So it's yeah, sorry. It wasn't necessarily that there was too much oxygen in the water, but it was that all that aeration was causing other issues too.
And that I remember that the biological filter that you built, it had a lot of like the media was in bags, right? So it almost acted like a block to keep the solid waste or like the smaller things from spilling over.
That was the final stage, like where the water returned back to the tank into. So like it had gone through like a vortex settlement chamber and like a bead filter prior to that. So there really wasn't any like solid waste getting to that point.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
I never would have thought about too much aeration breaking everything up.
Yeah.
But in the Philippines though, like the aeration in the water does look like it's like boiling, but yeah, it doesn't seem to affect the breaking down of anything just because it's just too hot. Yeah. How many did you have?
What?
In your tanks? Those
aerators?
Those are not very big tanks. They're deep, but they're not very.
I think there was about 8 of those, like about 30 centimeter, 1 foot long air stones in there. And it was all run off of a blower, so it was
that's a lot
of air. Yeah.
How big were those tanks for
Jesus.
They were, what was it? 10 foot by 15 foot, I believe.
That's
so it's like 2.5 meters by 3 meters.
8. It's a lot, huh?
Yeah.
Why did you put that much? What was the logic there? I'm sure there was some sort of logic. Maybe not.
We didn't really know what we're doing. It's a learning process.
That's true. That is true.
Oh, I had a question, but I'm blanking now.
Is your WhatsApp working, Ty?
What?
His WhatsApp is.
Sorry.
No,
Yeah, it's working.
Right, 2 seconds. Because what I've suggested is to bring a UK dealer on, not so you guys can fight, but because some of the answers that we're just expecting a hobbyist or hobbyist YouTuber to answer that you guys are putting on, I was going to allow. Then it's not me answering it. It's like I will do that. So give me a second. I shall get him in now.
I feel okay about, if we had to bet on that fight, because Mickey's part of this fight. And I think I know who.
Feisty. I'm feisty.
Mickey Pacquiao.
Yeah. Devin, you should know, huh?
Yeah. No idea how much makeup I have to put on to hide all the bruises.
Wow.
You can't see any of the bruises. It's all on your ego.
Yeah.
Devin will be crying in the QT room later.
That's his home.
Why is all that water on the floor? The overflow spilled.
Oh, 1 minute.
I'm gonna go unlock the door real quick. I'll be right back.
Right.
Yep.
Okay, Marcus, this is
Hello.
Mickey
Devin will
and
be
Devin.
right back. Hi, Marcus.
Mickey and Devin.
Great
This is
to meet you.
Marcus from Kaizuku Koi.
What's going on, Marcus?
No sound, mate.
Uh-oh.
I wait.
Make sure your microphone's not muted.
The anticipation is killing me.
I know.
Dun, 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 dun.
Chat amongst yourselves.
Oh, he's gone. We're
Oh,
chatting amongst ourselves.
I think
Kai.
yeah, it's a lot of pressure. I think they
This is
just went
really
backstage to figure it out.
This is really interesting
what?
though, because this conversation is really interesting though, because like, I don't know, it brings to the surface the things that I don't really think about, or Devin doesn't really think about, and having to like break it down and see things from different perspectives. It kind of gives us something to like talk about. Like, yeah, so like in the Philippines, I never really questioned higher turnover, lower turnover rates. First filtration, I always left that to the boys. They could argue about that all day, because it seems like filtration is one of those things that seems so contentious. Everybody has an opinion and they just die by that opinion, which is fascinating to me.
Because I'm right.
Watch your ego, honey.
I think what blows my mind, though, is I think finding success in pond keeping, there are so many different ways that you can do it, right? And I don't know that there's a right or wrong way in that whole equation. I've seen plenty of like multi-base systems that have crystal clear water and fish that are just thriving, right? Where, there's not a drum, there's not a big fancy moving bed or anything. It's just it's kind of a more old school way of doing it. I guess the downside is the maintenance. That's the trade-off with like the fancier mechanical filtration.
Yes. Yeah. I was talking with Devin about it this morning, and when we think about building a pond, most people start with what they want, right?
that's the fun place to start. I want a big pond. I want waterfalls. I want it to be low maintenance. I want it to be simple. Before you know it, they're all like contradicting themselves. I was telling them earlier, I think I want to start with the constraints as opposed to the desires. It's easier to work that way. But they're back.
No, Marcus.
Nope, not back. I still wait with bated breath. I'm suffocating here.
Marcus, have you still got WhatsApp open on your laptop? Join on your phone, Marcus.
I'm glad Marcus has
join on your phone.
Oh my God, that's true.
It's what?
Devin, what did you say?
Taking the mick out of Marcus. I'm not having it.
I said I'm glad Marcus has glasses because it would just feel off if he didn't.
Wait, I got glasses too. I usually only use it at night though, and the screens are too bright.
Oof.
It's just
it's full glasses gang, that, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, I gotta go help somebody.
Right, here we go. Let's welcome Marcus.
Right, hello.
There we go.
Hey!
We're in.
And do you know what, Marcus? Your camera looks so much brighter on that as well.
Oh,
Before
it will be, yeah.
Yeah, we can see you way better now.
In the meter before.
The phone's better, but yeah. I can't see all of you because I can't work out how to do the screen, that's all. Oh, no. Don't matter.
You can just get it.
Always tricky doing it on a phone.
Yeah.
I'm doing it on my phone right now.
Yeah, Samsung, innit? But yeah, same thing, innit?
Just connect it to a monitor.
Marcus, I brought you in there purely and simply because just to explain how you do flow rates in the UK, because I know you have been one of the people I've spoken to of many that I've taken advice to on building my pond. So do you want to explain how you do turnover and why you do it the way that you do it?
Basically, for most filters, like if you take like a Nexus filter, for instance, that a lot of people in the UK use, which are a moving bed filter, they say the maximum turnover of those is 13,000 litres, but I've always found that to be far too quick for them to operate efficiently and properly. Really, you need a much slower turnover than that. They work better around 7,000 or 8,000 litres. And I've also, and when you're first starting a pond as well, I really slow the turnover right down when you're starting a new pond to allow the bugs to mature. You would speed it up in time, but when you're first starting a filter and you're really trying to get a filter to mature up in the beginning of spring, you want to go as slow as you can. That's what I found anyway. That dwell time. I mean, I use a lot of moving beds, so maybe it's different for other types of filter media. I'm not that experienced with some of the others. I don't really use them. But for what I find for moving beds, they like it a nice slow turnover, really. As for moving waste in the pond, I mean, I always tell people to buy more fish, but I don't have problems with waste settling on the bottom of the ponds. I am heavily stocked, and I always have been in most of my ponds. So waste on the bottom has never really been an issue for me, regardless of flow. I do use the OmniFlow, the one-way flow, on most of my ponds now, especially on the growing ponds. Is all Yanishi flow, they call it, isn't it? We're all one directional.
What is that?
So your returns, they all come from the same direction, right?
Oh,
flow,
okay,
yeah.
okay.
So it's basically a river. Yeah. To keep it in my grow on pond, the flow's incredible in there. They just don't get any rest at all. But I am growing quite quickly in there. You know what I mean? I am trying to achieve big Nisai quickly.
That's
I know
awesome.
you do things a bit differently, running them slower and growing at a slower pace to keep the skin quality. In my opinion, that you can get that back. if you can get the growth and then settle them at 18 for a while.
Yeah. Well,
But to get the full potential of a fish, you've got to push them. You were saying
Mhm.
earlier on about the fish will always reach its potential. I don't necessarily agree with that. I think they to reach its full potential, you don't want to stint them at all. If you're talking the big ranges when you're trying to get fish to a meter and stuff.
Well, I agree with that. It's if you're gunning for the bigger size, if you don't want to compete in the smaller size, absolutely. But
yeah, it'll still be a very nice 60, 70 centimeter fish, but the actual potential of that fish initially could have been 80, 90. And by not pushing it as hard at times or growing at a slower temperature, I don't think it would ever catch up and reach that full potential, even with any more time.
that's interesting. I don't think we ever did
Mickey.
it. Sorry.
Oh no, I'm just remembering. So there is a fish in Minnesota that Devin still has up there. You know which fish I'm talking about, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. How big is that fish?
It's definitely over 90, almost a meter, if not already a meter.
Yeah.
The last time we measured it was like a year ago. And that one is 6'15" now. And it looks really good because it grew so slow.
It grew so slowly,
we didn't grow it slow on purpose. I mean, minus 20 degrees, it's really difficult.
Yeah, in the middle of winter. You guys have a shorter summer up there and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, the fish still, I think you could argue, reached its full potential, being 90 plus centimeters.
Definitely, yeah. Well, I guess there's exceptions.
It just took more time.
Yeah, it just took more time, perhaps. I think once you do slow them down on the growing, they're always going to grow slower.
Sorry,
maybe that's what it is. I don't know. I haven't tried it that much with fish that haven't had a bit of a push. So, but I know some fish that I've had later in life that have had a couple of years off, and then you've tried to push them. How I try to push fish, they don't respond to it very well. I think once they've lost that first 2 years is very important for setting the frame and the structure of a fish to carry it through to grow big.
So I think that initial period of growing is really important to grow the fish to a certain size. It is more difficult when it's a little older, but it is still possible.
Yeah, it's still possible. Yeah.
It is just a little bit more difficult.
Well, you've done it, so yeah, it proves it, doesn't it? Yeah.
Also, our constraints, like the reason why we grew it that slow, is not really because we did it on purpose. It was a temperature thing, and the reason why we grow fish so fast in the Philippines is also not on purpose. It's a temperature thing. So it's almost like we like working against what we have. And so I suppose you guys in the UK seem to have lower temperature in general. It goes back to understanding your water. It really does. Or understanding your constraints. I think this is what I was getting to earlier, is instead of asking yourself what you want to see, ask yourself what you're working against. Because a hobbyist came over and asked us, hey, I want to build a pond. Can you help me design a pond? And I want this, I want this, I want this. Then I asked him, well, tell me about what your constraints are. How big is the area you want to build? Well, actually, obviously, let's start with how much money you have to spend, because that's the easiest constraint to work with. And then from there, you can start prioritizing what's the most important thing to put in. And then ask yourself, well, how much space do I have? What is the grade of the land? What kind of maintenance can I actually sustainably do? In this situation, I actually want to grow fish to compete. Then maybe I should think about, well, what water temperatures do I have, and how will that affect the size class I want to compete in? It's just a different way of thinking about it.
Everyone wants something different out of a koi pond. Not everyone wants to grow their fish huge. They just want to have a nice pond, and some people just want to keep them small and have bonsai koi and have real high quality small koi. It's everyone's in it for different reasons and to try and achieve different things, aren't they?
The advantage of having smaller koi is if you are into showing fish, it's so much easier to transport them. They travel better.
Yeah, 100%.
But if you really want to win Grand Champion, you're going to have to get,
I don't enjoy bagging up big fish. It's horrible. It really is. I do it quite a
Oh
lot,
my
but
God, where it is.
I'm always like, oh god, here we go. Yeah.
You know those old ladies in Japan? They're walking. They're like this. I really
Yeah.
like my back where it is.
My back certainly doesn't like bagging up big fish.
You said something earlier that was interesting. About the Nexus filter. You said that it does 13,000 liters an hour. Why is it better at 7,000 to 8,000?
Just the dwell time. I just don't find that they don't work well at 13,000. They don't. You don't get the same results for being able to feed as heavy. Even when I'm feeding really heavy, I mean, I've been feeding a kilo of food with a Nexus, and it doesn't like it too fast at all. Even then, even when you are really throwing the food in, they don't like it too fast. The slower, the better. It just keeps the nitrates and the nitrates. Yes, you will have it lingering in the water. Like I'm feeding every 2 hours, so during the day, during the feeding periods, your ammonia and nitrite are going to go up, but I'm feeding a hell of a lot. But overnight it goes. Whereas with I'm turning over faster, I've still got traces in the morning.
Would the size of the Nexus make a difference in the amount of
I've got the biggest one they do, the 320. I mean, on some of mine, I've added extra bio as well, but the 320 you can get about 450 liters in there if you put a bigger air pump on them, and that's enough. That's enough media for a pond of most sizes. To be fair,
I guess
anything up to like 3,000-4,000 a gallon, you get away with that easy.
I guess the question I was asking is, does the size of the Nexus matter in terms of how much you can flow through? It's not a standard 7,000 to 8,000 liters based on size. If you get a bigger one or a smaller one, does it change?
Not really.
Yeah, it does change. Yeah, the bigger one, the 320 I'll take for a 320. I'd run that at about 8,000, and a 220 I'd run at about 6. Okay. And the little easy pods, which are just the easy section, they're good for about 4,000 liters. But you know, the manufacturers say they're good for double that, and they probably are if you're not using them for much, if you're not feeding too much. But I've found that I've used them a lot, and they perform better slower. I've got about 10 easy pods here, 2 Nexus 220s, or 320s and a 220, and I run them all a lot slower, and I've got hundreds of fish in some of the tanks, and they just perform better at a slower rate.
Huh, that's interesting. Yeah. So you said when you start up a pond, you want to make it slower, right? Does that mean that all the pumps are on variable speed? Because do we have no.
Not everything.
No, like what we use.
It's not as common, I would say. We don't use variable speed. No.
That's what I thought.
Yeah,
it's variable speed common there.
Yeah, I use variable speed pumps on everything just because I just find they're so. You can tune a pond. Every pond's different, and every filter and pond works differently. And I find flow plays a big part in how that pond will perform filter wise. And the one thing you can control with a variable pump is the speed, and that and adding air to it is the two key things to your filter performance.
Why don't we use
Mine's currently running at 4,000 liters an hour.
Yeah.
I think most of the
it's
variable
number
speed.
4 on my Superfish remote on a 10K pump.
Sorry. What did you say? I didn't hear.
So my Nexus at the moment is currently running at 4,000 liters an hour.
I think the reason why we don't use
it's on a swimming pool. It's got 3,800 liters in it, so it still wants an hour, but it's the contact time's good. It allows me to feed a very lot.
Mikki, you were asking Devin a question earlier.
She was asking why don't we use like a lot of variable speed stuff in the US. I think the majority of like variable speed pumps on the market are like swimming pool pumps. So they're like very high pressure, and they actually cost quite a bit more money to run as compared to like other external pumps like designed for pond use. And the variable speeds designed for pond use like are kind of prohibitively expensive. So there's like not like a good entry level one. And the entry level ones that are out there are like the ones from like Chinese market. So quality is not so great.
Reliability, I think,
Reliability is not
is-
great. And when you're dealing with fish, you want a reliable piece of equipment. So it's not going to fail on you, especially on a hot summer day where you could lose the fish. And then like we've been getting like better variable speed pumps out of Europe, like the ones coming out of like Germany
Yes.
and stuff like that. But again, those are like, they're quite expensive, but definitely well worth the money, I think.
Yeah, for sure. But
Yeah.
it depends on what level you are in the hobby. I mean, if you didn't know if
Yeah.
you're actually going to enjoy
Yeah,
koi,
and in
then-
general too, like I don't know how true this is per se, but I feel like the knowledge of koi for hobbyists in the UK and Europe is higher than the baseline koi hobbyists
Well,
in the
yeah,
in the States.
the hobbies were mature
Yeah.
in Europe as opposed to in the States.
Yeah.
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 It's been around
How
longer.
many generations of your family, Devin, have kept koi?
Like my parents started it like when I was in grade school.
So over here, it's quite common to have multiple.
Wow.
Like
You
I
know,
said,
so-
Yeah, that's
So,
right. Your
like-
dad keeps koi. Yeah.
Um,
your grandfather
So
too.
I've lost my granddad,
Uh-huh.
but
That's what
Really?
I said last
at
time.
one point in time, there was 4 generations alive.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like,
Why do you think that is? How is
Yeah, I wonder why
Koi
the
was
hobby-
brought to the UK and Europe like in the 70s, I think, right?
arguably so here?
Yeah,
we have koi
we have
shows.
koi shows.
The Fresno koi show, we were just there last weekend. It was
It's 45th show.
show. That's
That's a long time too. But
that's enough for 3 generations too. Just
and to be fair, one person we met there, his dad
parents.
started that koi club, and now he's like part of it too. or
But
something,
overall,
but-
I think the UK is in general about 1 generation ahead of the
Mhm,
United
for
States.
sure.
Do you figure out why that is? Do you have any ideas, thoughts, comments? suggestions?
I think so. A lot of people over here that have got ponds are into fishing. Not saying
Mhm.
all the people are, but there's a lot of people that do fishing and then go, I'm going to get a pond, right?
Yeah.
And considering we are surrounded by water and have rivers running through everywhere, there's a lot of fishermen about. So
So you go from fishing to pond as opposed to, like, I think the more common route here in the United States is from goldfish to koi,
Or aquarium.
or aquarium to koi.
yeah,
Big-
and I'm not
That's-
saying this. I'm not speaking for everyone, but I do know a lot of people. Like I'd say, the 6 people that live near me that I speak to were all fishermen first.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't get that a lot. Maybe in the
I
Midwest.
for
the
us,
Midwest,
that's the case. Like in
Yeah.
Minnesota, we're like the state that has the most amount of lakes and like rivers and all this kind of stuff in the U.S. So there is like a very clear connection from like fishing to
koi.
having like a fish pond.
Yes.
Because like my mom, like when we were kids, had like a goldfish pond that had like a fountain with a sponge in it for a filter. But like we'd bring home like bass and put it in her pond,
So
and
that's
she'd
like,
get mad because then all her goldfish get eaten.
but that's like a more natural, easier progression from to a big pond versus when you're going from aquarium to a pond. That's a much more bigger leap. It's a much more intimidating leap.
Mhm.
And that's what we found here in California, where most people, it's nice when they come from the aquarium background because it's really easy to explain good water quality. Like,
Well, they
really
understand the
easy.
importance of filtration,
Mhm.
which is not widely understood in the pond market.
When you
Most
go from
people
water
think,
garden.
oh, it's natural. You just dig a hole. Like lakes don't have a filter. Why would I need a filter? It's like,
Yeah. That's a
Yeah.
typical like path for people who go from water gardens to koi pond. Yeah. What is your experience, Marcus, for people who start doing koi? Where did they come from? Well, obviously you're in the UK, so
Yeah, it's the same as Aaron. Really, there are a lot of fishermen amongst the community. I mean, myself, I've never done course fishing like lake fishing or anything, but I did live. I grew up on what's pretty much an island on the south coast of the UK, so I was always sea fishing.
What
And
is-
then I progressed
what is it
from
called?
there to aquariums and stuff, and then I got into koi. But
What island is it? I'm just curious.
Portland, it's not an island. It's connected by like a beach, and that's pretty much it. A beach and a
Wow.
road, and that's all that connects it.
Cool.
It's Portland in Dorset.
Oh,
interesting.
Portland, like Oregon?
Oh yeah, there's Portland.
Yeah,
There's
same
Portland
name. Yeah,
too.
same name. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. That's interesting.
Yeah.
It's a peninsula, isn't it?
Does it ever
just don't-
does the water, is it like St Michael's Mount where you can only drive over it so much, or is it always a
No,
road?
only in a force 10. The beach comes over in a force 10 and they close the road. But yeah.
Because there's that one is that in Cornwall where you can only drive across on high tide.
Yeah, that's St Mellion, isn't it? Yeah.
Huh.
No, it's not
One
quite
of
like
the-
that, but it's nice. It's nice until they close the road because then you're stuck. Or there's traffic lights, or there's roadworks on that road like there is at the moment apparently. So yeah, it's a nightmare.
I wonder if
There was
Amazon
something that
Prime
we needed
delivers
to
by
speak
boat.
about today, weren't they? So, and this is not for me and Marcus. This is for the US audience. So, Ty, what are you feeding at the moment?
I'm feeding my fish Tommy guy right now, but I've just started them on the all season diet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, and
Yeah.
Tommy guy. No, it's a really great koi food. I feel like I have people with us right now who could speak a lot more about it. But one of the things I really like about it is like their color food is 50% protein. And same with their wheat germ, which I think is pretty substantial in terms of quality during the grow season. But I just put them on the all season diet because the temperature's starting to come down, and I'm trying to make sure that they have all the fat reserves, everything they need for the winter. So
Yeah. I think the 50% protein is something that kind of like koi pond's construction is contentious on multiple different levels, but we obviously believe in it, and because we produce it. So going back to the Philippine temperature, we grow fat fish really fast, lengthwise. But girth-wise is a different story altogether. They're growing long, but they're all runway models. They're all they get really skinny. It's hard to put on that bulk. And so having that 50% protein was to help them build muscle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's something too, it's climate dependent. It's not something you want to, in cooler temperatures where you want to feed pure, you have to dilute it out. Something like that. It's not meant to be this is solely the diet for the fish.
And that's why you switch to all season.
Mm-hmm.
In Minnesota, it really helped to maximize
growth during such a short growing season.
We have 2 months, it feels like, of growing season. But yeah, that really helped push the growth really well. But also the quantity, the 50% protein is only effective because of the type of protein it's coming from, like white fish meal as opposed to any other kind of fish meal. It makes a difference. But thank you.
Putting us on the spot, making us do an ad.
Well,
how dare you?
How dare I be so prepared with your logo and QR
Yeah,
code
it's
in the background.
amazing.
And they've also done a quick one for Marcus as well. So for anyone that's in the UK, that's a link to Marcus's WhatsApp group where he does all of these sales of koi. So hit him up. There's some bangers on there.
Yeah, Marcus put out a video recently that I watched, and he's got some really good-looking fish that came in recently.
I dropped a video earlier on.
Exceedingly good video, that wasn't it?
Yeah, it was that one.
Very well done.
Would your one-way flow system help them with their shoulders and body on their koi?
Yeah, probably.
A lot of your audience already knows Marcus, but I was curious to hear about your business, if you don't mind.
Yeah, I got just recently started it, only this year. I wanted to start it to start with for just growing koi. I was going to do a business of selling koi and doing a growing on service, but it turned into something else now. And now I'm more of a dealership that offers a growing service as well. I've just dropped the video tonight actually on my channel from just some short videos what I did from when I harvested my grow on this week. I got some good results. It was only running a few months, a brand new fresh system, and I still managed to achieve some good results, and I managed to put body on them. But that's with, like I say, you were saying you were struggling to put body on, but to do that, you have to feed a hell of a lot of food and have the Anishi flow system so that they're building the shoulders and bodies as well. But they're only Nisai, and I've got some. I'm very pleased with what I've achieved on there this year.
What size did you get them to in average?
About 45, but they only had about a 3-month push, so they didn't have a full summer really. But yeah, getting Nisai up to 45, but with big bodies as well.
I think the size might, like, it doesn't sound like 45. It's not that like long, but having that body is so much more important.
They look so much bigger. A 45 with body looks so much bigger.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, and that's much harder, I think.
Exactly.
Getting that body on them.
Yeah, it's not cheap to do. It's really
not
cheap to do.
Exactly. I think that is the thing that you can't really develop later. That heavy frame, I don't know. It's really, really hard.
It's really important to do in that first 2 years, I think.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Absolutely. That's why they push them at Jumbo Tosai so hard.
Yeah, then it's there. It's setting them then to carry it through for the rest of their life when they grow at whatever pace you want to grow them at. But at least it's set and it's there then.
Oh, look at that! We found that where all of the arguments intersect.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where arguments happen?
I mean, I don't do much growing from Nisai onwards. I haven't done much. I haven't got that much experience. I have done a bit of it, but I generally grow them to Nisai Sansai, get bored and get something else in. That's what I've been doing for years. So now I'm doing it as a business. So like now I've grown them through the Nisai. These will be sold. I got some new Tosai in, and I've got some new Tosai in already that Ty said about that they'll be growing over the winter now. So the grow on's going to be reset up, and I'll be growing all those fish on in there so that they'll be Jumbo Tosai next year.
I mean, arguably, most breeders in Niigata do the same thing. They only grow from Tosai to Nisai, Nisai to Sansai, and then they start
sell
over.
them.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it. That's where the fun is. You see the most change in that time as well, don't you? You know,
exactly.
Where all the fun
That is
is,
the fun part.
Yeah.
It's nice to see the big grand champions, but at that point, I really do like when they're in the process as opposed to the
Once they get to 40 to 50, it all happens so much slower.
It's faster watching paint. Faster
Waiting
watching
for that Sumi that never comes and all that nonsense. Yeah.
Oh, forever Tatty.
How do you get your start?
Forever Tatty Koi.
I remember when I was younger, the nice thing about koi, my dad would Oh, there it is. Oh.
Sweet.
Oh, that is pretty cool. Nice. Where are these fish from?
From Marcus. From Japan, obviously.
In there's Mariyama, there's Odakan, there's Kondo, Beppu, Issa. I think that's it for that bowl, yeah.
Sweet.
The Sanka's from Beppu.
Oh, it's Dainichi in there as well, yeah. Yeah, the Sanki's from Beppu, yeah.
Good eye, Mickey.
Yeah, we have this thing like there's this. I have a theory that you can kind of like, you know how you go to fashion.
Mickey, it's like you've been looking at koi since you could walk or something.
Okay.
Not since I could walk. It's just But I have a theory that, like, you know, you go to Fashion Week and you can tell, oh, that's a Chanel, that's a Givenchy or whatever. Aside from the brand names, obviously, there's a look because there's an aesthetic, right? I have a theory, the same thing about breeders.
So if I put one koi in a bowl now at that size, do you think you could get it? Do you want to have a go?
Wait, I'm not done yet. Let me finish. I have a theory that's the same way with breeders, but my feeling about theories is if you want to test it, you have to try to prove yourself wrong. And this theory is a very old theory, and I have proven myself wrong many, 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 many times already. So It's almost like, oh, this is an Isa Showa. Totally looks like an Isa Showa until it doesn't.
Apologise for the poor light, mate. I will try this again, yet again, when I'm just. Yeah, mute that. That's nice.
Great Goshki.
That's Odakan, that, isn't it?
Really?
Odakan Sankey.
Huh. I didn't know.
I would not
I've
have
never
guessed
seen
that.
his breeding.
You see?
Yeah.
Would not have guessed that. So there I go again, proving myself wrong.
Yep.
I don't know if I've got another one that I can.
That's a nice customer's fish.
Do you do many tamasabas?
Us?
Yeah.
No, we only do koi.
Oh, they do koi. It seems to be
Yeah.
quite.
They're very exclusive that way.
Yeah.
Do you know what? Most koi shops in the UK now are selling them. They're not for everybody.
Yeah. There's a
And
handful in the US too.
And a lot of Americans are moaning because they can't get them.
There are a
Look at
lot
these.
too.
The Americans are desperate to get their hands on my tamasaba. They just can't get them over there.
Just send them DHL.
Go.
That's cool. It's like a inverse pattern kind of thing, like a kikasui. or
Kikasui.
whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Like a ventral pattern.
I do love the ventral pattern.
That looks like a That looks like a parrotfish. That what those are?
You know, they really want something like that. They could get a short body and make it really, really, really fat.
Yeah.
That's harder to get.
I actually when I first saw a tamasaba, thought that it had the body shape of a parrotfish.
Yeah, they got that like hump on the head.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah, I get that. Very much so, isn't it?
See some
I
of
think-
my fry at the minute. They got faces like parrotfish.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I've got no more videos to show you though. I thought I had a few more on that, but all the other ones are in massive. I was trying to show the unboxing of your new Sheroes, Marcus, but I really don't know where that is on my PC. It was a bit.
You know what I love about this hobby? Because, like, again, my dad started doing it when I was very young, and he was a flight attendant, so he would go to Japan almost every week if he wanted to. He could just trade flights, so he was there quite often. He would meet a lot of people doing koi from around the world. So he would meet people from Indonesia, Malaysia, Vietnam, Thailand, all that stuff. Among them were people from the UK. In 2001, we had a grow out contest, and the first judges were among them was Bernard Channing. I think he passed away, but like, yeah, Bernard Channing was.
I didn't really know him.
Well, he's kind of OG. What was the name of his?
Koi-
Something Water Barn too, but it was like
Koi Water Garden.
Garden.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
Koi Water Garden, and then another person that visited the Philippines was Peter Waddington to like share what he knew with everybody. But yeah, we had a lot of people from all over the world visit our little tiny shop in the Philippines, and yeah, it's really interesting.
I don't know. I saw a video of that shop, and
that's
the
not the
ceiling
same
is so
shop.
high.
That's 40 years later.
That's the shop I wish they had when I was growing up.
I was like very impressed with the shop. I was like, dang.
That was built in 2020, so that's not the same shop that we all had to grow up in.
After the kids are out of the house, that's when it's time to upgrade and make everything nice.
Yeah, but I guess the point I was trying to make was that by the time, like, my dad was the first person to bring in Japanese koi at the quantity that he was bringing. Before, it was mostly locally bred stuff, right? But everywhere else, like we were talking about how much more mature the hobby is in the UK. By the time Bernard Channing and Peter Waddington was around, there was a lot of advanced hobbyists already there. So they were just one. There were two among a lot of people who were selling koi, I guess. I don't know, but my dad was just one.
Can you guys get sake akari in the US?
Yeah.
How much does it cost for 15 kilos?
I don't know.
That's like 35 pounds or something like that.
Is it
I'm
on
guessing
par?
that's like.
Is it on par with Tommy Guy food over there? Price point?
Is it? So sake curry.
I'm not saying it is. I'm asking you. Like,
Yeah.
I'd like to know of where your food is in the market, because obviously we know what is achievable with sake curry over here, and we know how good sake color is.
Well, having used both, I would say like the results are very similar. I mean, like I was promised like before I proposed to her that I would get free koi food for life if I married her. Sadly, it didn't turn out to be the case.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was the
Did you
reason.
not get that in writing, though?
He didn't. He wasn't that.
the problem.
Yeah, he didn't get it in writing.
Yeah.
We got free labor.
Yeah, that's what happened. I turned into like free labor for them. Like, I still had to pay for my koi food.
Yep. Sake curry versus tomiga. What do you? It's hard to say. Is this 15 kilos? Is it? It's not even the same like
I don't know.
quantity. Maybe.
I tell you what you can do
in terms of price.
Okay,
we work it out over here as price per kilo. So you tell me and it's not price per kilo over here. How big of a bag is sake akari sold in the US?
I think it's 15 kilos. Same thing.
15 kilos.
Yeah.
Devin, I'm glad you can do kilos.
I weigh less in kilos. That's why I like kilos.
So that's a 33-pound bag then.
Yes.
Yeah. So
I noticed another thing about feeding in the, like you were mentioning, you feed about 1 kilo for your fish. I noticed people here don't feed their fish as much. It's almost like there's this general like a perception that you don't want to feed your fish too much. Maybe it's because it's going from water garden to koi pond, so you don't want to overload the system.
So
I feed quite a lot.
That's what I was gonna say. In the U.S., I think it is because of the heavy water garden side of the hobby that you're told not to feed your fish. So we have a pond tour that our local pond club does. I was on it a year ago, and there's a gentleman who came by who does maintenance and things for ponds. And he was saying, "Oh, I mean, I'd be happy to do a water test for you and do it for free." So he did it. And then he was telling me that I feed too much because my nitrates were too high. And I just, politely was like, "Oh, okay, well, that's interesting. Thank you." And I just was like, I don't care if my nitrates are a little high. It's fine.
Yeah. I don't test it. I don't test for nitrates.
Yeah. Oh, I don't test my nitrates either.
Don't see the point.
Nitrates.
We have the test kit, but I've done 2 tests this past year, just to be curious.
Because you were curious. Yeah. That's the only time I tested was I was like, I wonder what it is.
If I test it in my grill and it just goes bright red, it's off the scale, man. But it is what it is.
I think I bought the test kit because there was somebody having issues with algae in their pond, so I bought a phosphate kit and nitrate. I wanted to see what it was at, and the phosphates were super high, and the nitrates was okay.
But I think more than the nitrates that we want to test is actually the KH. We're constantly testing. It was funny because I was like, "Oh, I used a whole bag of baking soda this week or this month alone," and we're like, "Oh yeah,
this month took you that long."
We use so much baking soda on our tanks, but we didn't have that problem in Minnesota. We never.
Our well had super high KH water, super hard water.
Yeah.
So.
Do you have KH problems?
So
I do. I do. Where I lived on Portland, the KH out of the tap was off the scale, 28, 30 plus.
Whoa.
Whereas where I am now, it's 1.
What?
And the way you keep koi is completely different. Obviously, because
Yeah.
I had to learn. You know, you got to learn to use bicarb all the time because you try feeding heavy like I did on Portland here, and you're gonna have problems. So you,
Yeah.
I mean, the one test, like you were saying about the KH test, that's the one test I could do without the others. You know what I mean? If I've got KH, the rest you can do by smell and sight. You know what I mean? But yeah, I do
Or
all the
like,
others because you have to for the pet shop license, and it's for peace of mind more than anything. But KH is the one for me.
Wait a second. You said pet
Pet
shop
license?
license. So the city regulates like making sure that you're taking care of your water.
Yeah.
Whoa, can you tell us more about that? Like what things they check on?
It's the local councils in the UK to look after all the pet shop licenses. And they come round and they check all your records and give you a star license or however many stars, 3-star, 4-star, 5-star license.
like a
Oh, the
restaurant.
restaurants here. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's interesting because
that's really interesting.
You only
I
have
had
to
to
do
do
like
a 2-hour exam, sat with them. They were questioning me for 2 hours on all sorts, on everything to do with not to do with the business side of it, purely to do with the fish keeping and the welfare of the animals.
Yeah.
But it's not to export, right? This is purely just
No, that's just to sell in the UK. Yeah, just to sell as a pet shop.
That's insane.
Wow.
That's really that's good. I mean, we do
It is good. Yeah, it is good.
Yeah.
It stops people doing it that shouldn't be, I suppose. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, we do it because, like, well, you want to know, obviously, but we also have an export license, so we have to have the records all the time. But without it, nobody checks. Nobody. Land of the free, home of the brave. We're free to do what we want, and we're brave enough to not have to do it.
Yeah.
Sorry,
No,
It's the Wild West.
You got to stay on top of it over here. I would anyway, but yeah, it's just another. Some of the tests I wouldn't necessarily do, but yeah.
Yeah, because Mickey, you guys.
That's only down to 30 years experience and knowing water a bit. So.
Yeah. Well, Mickey, you guys, when you get your fish in for quarantine and everything, you guys will send out like KHV testing and everything to labs before anything goes for sale, before anything gets moved out of quarantine, right? You guys are pretty thorough, even though there's nobody breathing down your neck making you do it.
No, because the price that we'll have to pay if we make a mistake there is way too high. So it's better. An ounce of prevention is better than a pound of the cure, right? That's what they say. And Devin is very, very, he is very, very good about doing that. I am very lucky that he does it all and I can just sleep in. but during that quarantine period, he'll test the water every day. And then after that period, he'll, I think the first 2 weeks he'll do the microscope, the checking for parasites, and then after the 4-week period, we'll send in samples for every single batch, like for the breeder. We'll separate it by breeder and all that stuff. Is that standard? I think that's standard though in the UK. No, is it?
What was that bit? Sorry. So after 4 weeks, you send samples.
Yeah. Well, so we'll take gill samples and send it in for KHV testing.
Right.
Yeah, and depending on the country that we're licensed to export to, we'll do additional testings as well that they require. And to keep that on file.
Be good.
We don't have to do that.
Oh, in the UK, you don't have to do KHV testing?
No. I think it's done by the.
Aaron, what time does Vince's show start?
8.
Sorry, when does Vince's show start?
Don't stress, mate.
Now,
30 seconds.
There's 8 people. There's 8 people watching at the moment, and they're all in America. That's
all the Americans are watching.
Do you know, if I was broadcasting on my channel and was competing, then it'd be a bit tight. But I don't think this is tight because the people in your audience are American.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well,
this works.
This is what I was saying to you earlier, Mickey. Do you know when you, and I didn't really want to elaborate too much into it, but when you were saying about in spring, do people have bacterial problems? People have bacterial problems because it depends where they get the fish from, because there's no KHV testing in the UK at all.
What? Sorry, one more time. What do you mean
Right,
no
wait.
testing?
Earlier you said in spring are people prone to bacterial problems, and my response was vague because I didn't really want to just throw it out there of what happens. But over here you can get fish from Poland, Israel, and some of these countries are vaccinated against KHV, and some of them are, and it's not all tested. And the UK set no guidelines on dealers or importers to do anything over here. So
KHV is not reportable in the UK anymore.
Well, technically, it's not reportable in the US either. So we're just super extra.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Which is insane to me because I mean, it's something that is illegal, right? Taking your koi fish and just dropping it in like a stream or river or lake or something, right?
That's why it's not reportable anymore, because it's in all the rivers and lakes because people have done that.
Oh, makes sense. Yeah. What I know is really important for all of them is SVC because that is transmittable between, but KHV is only for koi.
Not necessarily all koi, but I mean, some obviously some people with lakes and stuff as well have brought koi over have brought carp over from Europe and dumped them in lakes because they want big specimens in there. It's been spread around so much now from Europe that the UK it's sadly it's a bit everywhere now.
That's crazy.
But you still heat ramp and all your fish from Japan, just in case.
I still heat ramp all my fish, that come in. There you get 3 heat ramp cycles, and I do it all properly to prevent it. And I think most dealers do.
So you don't have any place to send samples if you had samples of gill clippings?
We have got places we can send stuff, yeah.
And they would be able to run those tests.
Yeah.
We used to do 2 tests for KHV. We used to do the PCR test and the ELISA test. So the ELISA was with the blood. We'd have to do the.
It's sitting in the.
I think where I get my imports through, they do PCR testing. I think it's done as part of when they come into the UK.
Yeah, but they don't do ELISA anymore.
Yeah, there's no labs running like ELISA tests
anywhere.
Anymore.
We've called every single lab across the country. They no longer have because nobody was doing it.
Yeah.
So, and I guess PCR, you don't have to keep that many stuff, so they were still running.
Yeah, there's no like reagents, I don't think, or the reagents are easier to get a hold of or something for the PCR test.
So maybe, yeah.
And PCR is like the standard too for like all
other stuff.
Import, export, that's what the requirements are.
Marcus was saying he was doing a temperature ramp up still.
Yeah, to try to like break it. We'll use like the heaters and stuff to try to like break.
If it's there, you're trying to force it out so that I have to deal with it and my customers don't. That's all. That's what that is for me. Just doing due diligence.
Yeah. Okay. See, this is me sleeping in, and he's doing all
the work. She
doesn't
do any of the quarantine work, so she doesn't even know.
Hey, I do. Nah. I do the gill clipping.
Yeah, that's true. Because I got to hold the fish.
Was that do we have to do we do that moment? Was that?
Huh?
Mickey, was that? Do we do that? Is that what you were saying then?
Yeah. She means, do you do that?
You do it.
Yeah. It's okay. As long as she handles everything on the computer, I'll take care of the fish.
You guys should know this. This is the royal we. My dad also taught me that,
Yeah.
Mickey, we should do this. We should do that. And I'm like, oh, it sounds a lot like me instead of we. So
you're just paying it forward, right?
Paying it forward.
Oh, thanks.
Yep. Yep.
What do we have to do later?
I was going to ask something before I got distracted by the royal we.
What are you going to ask?
I don't know. I can't remember right now. I'm under pressure. Boom, 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 boom.
Ice, baby.
Well, I think this has been a great show. And thank you, Marcus,
No
Mikki,
problem.
Devin, for coming on with us.
Oh no, this has been such a great,
Thank you.
yeah, such a great experience. Thank you guys for having us. It's really nice to meet you, Marcus.
Yeah.
Always a pleasure to see you, Aaron.
No problem. You too.
And Ty, obviously, of course.
Oh, well, Aaron's had the QR codes up if you want to subscribe to his channel or mine if you're not already. And then that QR code for Tomy Guy is my QR code. So if you do buy any Tomy Guy, I do get a small kickback. So that's pretty cool.
Do I get a small kickback for clicking it or what? Can you send me
we'll
like
work it
2
out.
pellets in the post?
We're gonna work on unshipping it out to the UK.
Yeah, you'll do that.
Yes, so you can experience the joy. There's a little bit of Mickey joy in every box.
Honestly, the food competition in the UK at the moment is fierce.
Yeah, you guys have a lot of food over there.
Is it?
I think it gets really heated.
It feels like
There is only one, mate. There is only one.
No, but you can definitely see this year there's been a lot of brands trying to hit the market, claiming the earth, and like some of the price points of where they come into the market are quite mad. Like I feed sake colour, but I've for a long time fed FD food, and I'm currently trialing Dineach's FD food that they're selling.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I've had great results on it, but there's numerous brands that have tried to hit the UK market this year, and everyone's saying it's the next best thing. And
I feel like it's almost like a thing where you're not just buying a product; it almost feels like you're subscribing to a philosophy.
Mm-hmm.
Which, and I don't know, it's a food, right? Like,
with any brand though, too. Like you look at like cars manufacturers, how many like people try to get like whole generations. Like
I blame
because
Steve.
my dad had this car, so I gotta have this car.
I
like,
blame Steve Jobs.
Yeah,
I'm a Mac. I'm a PC.
With any products, you're gonna have like this like culture of whatever around it. Like, oh, do you belong to us? Kind of thing.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, I was never at the point where I could afford sake Akari, right? Until I won a bag.
And then once you tried it, you're like, oh, this works.
Ty will say how good the Benny is in my fish, right?
Oh.
Yeah.
So you're telling me
it's very good.
It is like red paint, right? It is the deepest. And when I won 15 kilos of it, I could not be without it now.
So what I'm hearing is you were never at the price, you were never able to afford sake hikari until you were able to afford it.
Well, no, until too
it gives you no choice.
I'm missing it. There's something missing there, right?
It's that
because at that
shock.
point, I saved money elsewhere to be able to afford it, right? It was always like I could buy Takazumi, which had half growth, half colour in it, and that was at £10 a kilo. Now, sake colour's £20 a kilo. Right, so it's double the price.
Yeah.
Well, it's that like the going back to like the barrier of entry is so high. Do you want to risk the value of that money to try it without knowing you're going to get any results? But because he won it for free, now he know it provides the results. He will do what he has to sustain it.
Exactly.
I think that you're always paying a price for anything you choose. And if you know what the price is up front, then there's that. But sometimes you don't know what the price is. The price is not having strong enough Benny or having to do extra things to get the results. So
There's obviously genetics involved in that as well. Do you know, the fish have to have the right genetics to do that, but
Yeah.
So he got a sake hikari bag right when he got like better fish. So it's just like, is it
I don't know.
correlation?
Was it the same fish you already had?
no, I didn't have bad fish to start with.
Mm-hmm.
Just like I went from feeding that, and it just got. Ty will tell you, I'm colorblind anyway, so they look green to me. But
No, his
Well, I think where did you win this bag of koi food?
where did I win it? I won it at a growing show for best quality pick, and I did. It's quite funny, really, because I won it for best quality. And I didn't feed sake hikari. But
so this was like a koi show or koi club sanctioned event?
no, it's another shop in the UK, Perfect Aquatics. They did a Momotaro growing show. They had 500 pieces across a few ponds. You entered that, didn't you, Marcus?
No, I wasn't involved then, mate. No, I didn't go up to that one.
And you paid a price, and you went at the beginning of one year, and whoever, I think there was 4 prizes. There was like best growth heated, best growth unheated, a 3 prizes, and best quality. And I won the best quality one.
Oh, cool.
That's so cool.
And you won you won an entry into the next growing show. So I've got a DK Shiro in my pond that's not got hardly any somi on it.
I got 2 of them.
yours has got more somi on it than mine now. So I got a DK Shiro and the sake colour for winning best quality.
Nice.
Sweet.
Wow. I mean, hikari's been around for a long time, so they also do a lot of what do you call it, experiments, and
yeah, they have a lot of great like papers.
They do a lot of white papers for the industry. I think options are important.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've
what I'm hearing is for you guys to find loyal customers, you need to create opportunities for people to win Tomigai so that they can try it and know they never want to go back.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was just hiding it, underneath the surface so that it doesn't look like we're doing the same thing.
I'd really like to try 2 months of colour to see how it fares. Next time Ty comes over, he's going to have to fill a suitcase full of it.
Yeah.
Because
loose pellets in Ty's suitcase.
I'd like to say that like most of the stuff over here has been tried and tested, but that is one brand that I'd never even heard of.
It's Tomigai is very well known and respected in the U.S. It's wild. Like koi shows in states on the East Coast, you'll see their what do you call it? The partitions between the show tanks are Tomigai partitions from like a while back that they're still using because they like the Tomigai.
So somebody I know lives in Boise was saying that there was a guy walking around handing out little dealer bags full of pellets.
Yeah, I think I remember seeing those when I was at the Boise show.
Yeah, I think it had a QR code in it too, right?
Yeah, that's the one. You know what's funny? Someone passed, right? So I've had that in the UK. Someone passed me a bag of koi food that big and said, "Try this. It's 10 times better than sake." And I was like, "That is one mouthful to Jonathan, right? He would take that in one go, right? How is this a trial? Like that'd be gone."
But he said, "Try this." Like you're supposed to try it, right? Not
you're supposed
fish.
to eat it.
Yeah, maybe so. Yeah.
He just meant it tastes better. It tastes 10 times better.
You gotta taste your koi food to make sure it's good. Otherwise, your fish aren't gonna eat it.
Yeah.
That's part of it.
Exactly. I think this one, right?
No.
So Devin actually tries it on a regular basis, just to,
Yeah,
You know how like
it's
Dainichi
quality control.
exactly
That's my job, right?
Dainichi would test how much salt or water quality he has. He would
Just swim in the pond and puts them in his mouth.
I think it was for salt or for
I think just.
it was for salt, I think.
I don't think so.
I thought it was for salt.
I think your brother said while he was working there, they did that for salt.
Yes. Yes. You watch them just
Yeah.
take water,
Not salt.
put it in their
Yeah, but
mouth.
have you seen how much salt they put in there? So I've seen Evo's video before of them putting salt in Dainichi's pond, and I'm not even joking you. There must have been about 40 bags of salt that tipped in one side, and it was like a triangle slope like that.
Yep, and the way they test that is they just like put it in their mouth.
I imagine if you put that much salt in your mouth, it's going to be. Does this taste like water or does it taste like the sea? You know, it's going to be
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dainichi is such a large farm, but no salt meters.
No, there's.
Just kidding. Just kidding.
Just what are you gonna do when the batteries run out?
Yep. Earlier you asked us how does our food compare to hikari and stuff, and we really struggled to answer that question, and that actually came up again when you mentioned this guy saying, "Oh, you tried this. This is 10 times better than hikari."
Mm-hmm.
It's really hard for us to compare. Like we don't.
I wasn't asking for results. I was asking of where you sat in the market price
point.
So, like, obviously, if I sold koi food, I would say that mine's the best in the world because that would be me as a salesman. But I wanted to know where, like in the UK, I could gauge it on. So the two new foods that have come to market have come in at the price point of what I used to feed. So there's Nutrimare that's come to the market in the UK, and there's what's the one in the yellow bag called, Marcus? Is it like Koi 360?
Did you or something? Yeah.
One more
Did
time.
you?
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah.
Sounds like a cryptocurrency.
But they've come in just below sake, haven't they?
Below sake hikari, not just regular hikari.
Sake hikari. They've come in just below that.
That's
old.
Brave.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So
they must be very proud of it.
Yeah.
Love your own.
Yeah, it's
I think what is it? What is it?
That's one of them.
Koi pellets color 19.
50.
What is it?
It just says koi food, huh?
No, there's something in the red.
Wow.
It's Chinese food, isn't it?
Huh.
Huh.
Wait, it's
was that Chinese written on there?
Well, it's Japanese too, but
Oh, what on the bag?
on the bag, it's kanji, but
I don't see.
There's
kanji.
there's
Where?
like this one.
Oh, that just says iroage.
Yeah.
It just says color food.
Oh, that's true. It's not the.
Yeah, that's not the brand.
It's not the brand. I mean, it could be iroage, color koi food. Mm-hmm.
Just means color up.
Yeah.
Or color enhance.
What is it's? How much is that? 50.
That
what?
is
50. Say 7 for how much? 5 kilos.
Yeah.
That.
What is 57 pound?
In dollars. How much does
For
sake cost over there?
For color food, that is a lot cheaper than sake color food.
Really?
Yeah.
70.
What's sake cost over there?
£300, 15 kilos.
300 pounds for 15 kilos.
Yeah. So
For 300, that is in dollars. 404.
Mm-hmm. For 15 kilos?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So per
Divided by
kilo,
15, so it's like 27 per
26.
kilo.
26.93.
That's 2.2 pounds. 27 to
27.
2.2 pounds.
So it's like $12 a kilo.
Pound.
A pound.
Sorry, a pound. $12 a
Yeah.
pound.
Yeah. So this is. I was wondering where, because obviously there's been some. I'm not saying bold statements, but there's 2 new foods that have come in at a price point, and I'm wondering where in the UK market your guys' food would sit in the, not in the league table as in for performance,
Mm-hmm.
but if it was in the
Price
market
point.
over here, where would it sit?
Well, underneath it, for the color food, it would be less. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
We're doing the conversions right now. It would be less for the bulk bags. Yeah. And for the color food. But the regular grade, how much?
So Saki balance is about £150 for 15 kilos if you get a good price on it.
150 pounds for 15 kilos.
Yeah,
So it's about half.
it's about half the price.
Ooh.
So you've got 3 different foods. You've got the growth, the colour, and like your balance food. But people still get incredible results on balance.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think.
Did you buy that cup, Ty, or did you steal it?
Because that's
Yeah.
like the sale.
This cup?
Yeah, with the McDonald's logo in the bottom.
It's cheaper than we do here, no?
Maybe. I don't know.
You know what? This is from the 90s Batman.
90s Batman from Mackey's.
Yeah. With what's his name? With George Clooney.
Is it from McDonald's?
See,
Yeah.
it's much more expensive here. Oh, no, that's gross.
No,
Balance.
you gotta look for color.
Yeah, Sarah's had this glass since she was a kid.
Whoa.
Is that a Ryobi Hoover behind you?
Yeah. They probably use more.
Yeah.
We don't get power tool Hoovers.
No? They're
Does it have
freaking awesome.
Does it have a headlight on it like the UK ones?
Let's see. Yeah.
Oh, so you can hoover in the dark.
Just
That's the only way I hoover.
Yeah. I think
It's
so.
It
like-
always
200.
perplexes me that why Hoovers have a headlight on them.
5.
It's probably for when you're going underneath a bed or something.
Mm.
We just did the math. You guys get
Yeah.
a much cheaper price for Kikari balance over there.
Yeah. Oh, I gotta go.
Yeah, much big. I think I just did a quick search and it's $405 US for 15 kilos.
On
Versus
balance?
yeah.
Wow.
I don't know how to ship. Yeah, and I did the math. It's $200 for 15 kilos for you guys. For the
Yeah,
balance.
so you're paying £300 English pounds for balance. That's so, and that was one of the things. That was one of the reasons why I asked you, because I know that in the UK we have an importer, and it's a dog food importer that imports Saki Kari in the UK. When the rest of Europe, they have a koi wholesaler that distributes to the rest of Europe. And they pay less money for a bag in Europe than what we pay, because we have to go through a dog food distributor. So I was wondering where the US sit in this.
Much more.
Much more.
Much more. I don't know how to. Can I send a photo? And this is just like a quick. I don't know. I'm sure there's a way to get it cheaper or whatever. But I'm just yeah. How do I send this? I don't know how to do this. Photos. Mhm.
Ty, before you was a viral YouTuber, how much did you pay for £33 of koi food before you was viral?
You know what? I burned all of my receipts, man. I have no idea.
You know exactly how much.
It's better not to know.
Every pond keeper knows how much money he's putting in their mouths a day.
The smart ones don't.
Marcus knows how much a kilo costs.
Yeah. Yeah. I try not to think about it.
I've had to fill my hopper up today, and
Yeah.
I know how much them chrome bags of Dainichi koi food cost.
Yeah. It does scare you every time you fill that feeder up.
Nikki said that if I want another one, it's going on my Christmas list.
That's fair enough. Money well spent, mate.
I don't know how.
I want
to
a
do
yellow
this.
monkey on my Christmas list. I'm just telling you that right now. You heard that?
Why a yellow monkey?
Why?
Yes.
Because for a colourblind man's eyes, they look nice.
Oh,
Nah.
that makes sense.
I know it's just a Ginrin Karashigoi, but they're just, for everyone that I've seen, they have a very good bone structure to them. The bloodline seems that they have a very good body shape compared to other Ginrin Karashigois that are available in the UK.
Yeah,
I'm not-
100%, mate. They're built different, aren't they?
Are they?
They do seem to be built different. The ones I've seen, the ones I've grown, have responded really well to it.
Oh, I think I just figured out how to show stuff.
Oh, Mickey,
Right.
if there's something you want to show, just message it to Aaron.
I was trying to send a photo, but I don't know how.
Did you sent it to me?
Yes, because it won't
It's
drop
all
in the
right.
chat.
Okay, I'm gonna send it to Aaron right now.
There you go. That's why I sent it to you.
Wow.
I mean, it's a screenshot.
Yeah. Mark, let me just make sure there's... Look at the price of balance, Marcus.
Oh my days. Why is balance more expensive than growth?
That is exactly what I was just thinking. How, do you know, Mickey, do you know, I bet that's a smaller bag, that, you know, Marcus. I bet that's only 10 kg or something like that.
It might
That's
be.
33 pounds.
It may be down to demand. It may
Oh,
be that balance, because I don't know, balance is a damn good food at the end of the day.
I found the way to share the screen. So I'm going to make it a little bigger. So
Yeah,
this,
it's all right. It's me that needs to do.
can you see
There
it?
you go. I will be
See,
when I...
33 pounds.
Right, do you know the 1-2 in, Mickey? How big of a bag's that? The
33
growth
pounds, I
one?
think it's 15 kilos.
No, go across to with your... No, one...
That's it, that one, yeah.
Wow. So the growth food, so that one in the UK would be predominantly more than balance every time. That'd be... let me see if I can show you.
That's large pellet as well, yeah.
But if you go like on eBay, it says it's less here. But that's eBay.
I don't. Yeah, over here, growth is more. Well, it's always more expensive than balance.
I'm gonna show you one of these. Look, see if I can make the US people. How's about that? Look at them prices. That's growth. You got your multi-season and your balance there.
Oh wow.
287 for growth. color is about the same as that. So growth and color are predominantly about the same price. Your
Even after
multi-season,
conversion rates, it's significantly less.
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
a lot
So
less.
I don't know. You're paying quite a good price on growth. Multi-seasons like their wheat germy food, and then your balance is a very, very good food. To be fair, it's what most people use, but
I don't worry about the multi-season. I just feed balance down to 12, and then beyond that, they don't get a lot.
But
They
the
just get a little bit. I just
uh,
feed balance. You can feed balance all the way down to about 8 degrees. So as long as you're only feeding a little bit.
but I think the multi-season is a hikari, not sake hikari, isn't it?
no, that is sake hikari.
Oh,
No,
okay.
that is sake hikari, yeah.
They do hikari wheat germ and a hikari gold, but
Yes.
they do a sake hikari multi-season.
Yeah.
It's probably a way of just them sticking the brand on the bag and adding an extra 50 quid, because hikari wheat germ over here is about 40 quid a bag.
You
The
think it's the same
multi-season
thing?
is really expensive, but it's also got some colour food in it as well.
So,
It has got colour enhancers in it.
I
In the
think in
multi-season.
Japan they do use quite a bit of hikari.
Yeah, a lot of sake curry,
Yeah,
like
a lot
color
of
and
it.
growth.
And there's a difference between hikari and sake hikari.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
sake curry is like the premium stuff.
It has the sake hikari germ in it, doesn't it? That makes it more digestible.
Oh, like
I
the
like that,
probiotic
Marcus. I like the
different.
fact that you put your cup backwards to give yourself a little QR drink. It's
Did
good
I-
thinking that.
I didn't
notice
notice that
You
earlier.
do
It's like,
that
oh, that's a
deliberately.
really
That was
clever
very
thing to
good
do.
brand
Stick it
positioning.
around that way, and then just stick it around the other way. Like that.
One more time, Marcus. Other way. Shows the
Oh, that
shows
one.
the code. There you go.
Ah, that's smart.
Right? Clever.
Nice.
As long as you don't have the coffee stain in the wrong place to go
Oh,
to the
yeah,
right
yeah.
spot.
Go through the cup thing, yeah.
Ty, you need to get on the Demi Koi mugs, because obviously mugs aren't a thing in the US, are they?
No, we have shot glasses.
Shop glasses.
Shot glasses.
Do you have a Demi Koi shot glass?
Technically, we do.
Kinda, yeah, I can grab it.
Yeah, go
Oh
grab
yeah.
it. It's kind of like it.
I'll definitely buy one of them for my bar.
It's not really a shot glass so much. It's technically like a sake cup, but it has our when we opened our store.
Closer.
Do you sell them?
No, we'll give you one.
We gave them for the people who
Who came?
participated in our
Yeah.
first Grow Out contest when we opened our store. We called it our store launch.
Oh, that's cool.
Do you know what? It's a shame that you don't know like a viral YouTuber that could come and do a grow out competition at your store and document it.
I don't know, dude.
Hmm?
I sent stuff to this viral koi YouTuber. Like it's like his name and the viral koi YouTuber underneath. I don't know.
What is his name?
What's his name again?
Start with a T.
T ended
kinda
a
short.
Y.
I don't know who you guys are talking about.
He gave us the wrong address.
But he seemed to get the stuff that we send him just fine.
Yeah.
Have you got a plan for next year to do a grow out event at your store?
We are talking
Maybe
about
we're
it.
talking
My
about it, yeah.
dad is like really wanting us to do something. And he does a really good way actually of doing grow out contests in the Philippines, which I think he developed over the pandemic because everyone is at home, and lockdown in the Philippines was pretty harsh, like military level harsh. Like there was military tanks on the street telling people who can or cannot go, and they had a pass for every household, only one pass per household, all that stuff. So people were really at home. So he does this thing where they buy in to get a ticket, and the ticket is then selected on a first day to decide the order of which they pick the fish. And then after that, the order will decide which fish they get to pick, which
It's like
they do
choosing
like
order.
2 days later. So, and then the judging is virtual as well.
Yeah. Yeah, in Asia, they're doing a lot of like virtual judging, like through videos and stuff.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
Can be quite popular,
We
especially for
over here, it's normally like pulling chopsticks in Japan style. You pay to enter, you go there, your name's either pulled out of a lottery ball or a chopstick with a number on the end of it, and you then go pick your fish out of that vat.
yeah, I think people
Because it
there are-
also it attracts people to your store then as well, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
my dad does it in 2 different days, like the first day, and it's long. Those
Yeah, they do it on like Facebook Live. Which,
yeah, it's like 3 hours long or something like that.
Yeah.
But
Each. It's long.
it might. I mean, that might be a harder thing to do in the US because you'll have clients that are super far away. But in the UK, because obviously, like
You can get
I
everything.
always complain about how far Marcus's shop is away from me, right? And I've never gone down there because I ain't driving 6 hours. But Ty, how close are these guys from you to get buy a fish from?
It's like 650-mile drive.
There we go then. So
Kilometers.
Yeah. How is Utah was like a day away, right?
Half a day.
We drove from Salt Lake City to here.
Half a day.
No, it's not half a day.
Half a day.
It's like 12 hours.
Half a day. What's a
Well,
full
yeah,
day? Is
it's-
24
oh, yeah.
hours divided by 2 is 12.
I'm not driving through my sleep.
Yep. What is 650 miles in kilometers? Divided by 2.2, is it?
1.6 times 1.6.
Uh,
1,040 kilometers.
Oh, they use miles in the UK.
Huh?
Oh,
Really?
Yeah, we're miles over here. Yeah.
huh. Weird.
Do you use centimeters or inches?
oh what?
They use centimeters.
Depends how old you are.
Oh, well, the Philippines. Just the Philippines. So,
I'm in the middle, I use both.
The Philippines. Sounds familiar. Yep. So you guys are how far away from each other then?
It's about 6 hours, I think, from my house to Marcus's.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
wow.
not sure what it is on the map. 200 miles is it? Something like that?
Like 400 miles?
No, it's not that far. 200-300.
Oh,
Ty is a
Really?
whole time
Takes that long?
zone away from us.
270 miles.
Yeah.
270 miles.
270 miles takes 6 hours in the UK?
Yeah.
If
Oh,
you're
now
lucky.
It's
On a
long,
good
huh?
day.
It's not that, the distance isn't that far.
260?
Yeah. Miles.
Yeah, but there's,
I would have been to your guys' shop so many times if you're only 260 miles away.
so there's no like clear cut line to get to.
Ah.
Like Marcus is diagonal.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Like
You're northeast, I'm southwest,
so there's like the main motorways go like that in the UK. They don't do that. And it's where he lives is I've drove to Cornwall once before, and when I got home I said I'm never driving that far again.
not doing it.
Never ever am I driving that far. It was the worst experience of my life as well. We'd gone camping, and we'd woke up the next morning, and everybody else as tent had collapsed. Right, howling with wind on the top of this coast. All the tents were like this, and I was all sleeping in the car. And Nikki was like, "I want to go home," so I just threw a wet tent in the back, and we just drove straight away.
Wow,
So I was like, I'm never driving that far
experience
ever again. You what?
the worst experience you've
Oh yeah,
had
the
in
dog
your
ran
life,
off as well.
and you've actually spent time with Ty, so that must be saying a lot.
To to be fair, right, that was the longest drive I've done in a long time. It was nearly as far
I thought
as
that was pretty cool. You drove all the way down to hang out.
Yeah, I was cursing you all the way home, Ty.
That is funny.
Yeah.
Right, I think we best call it a day because I've got rugby on pause.
Oh wow! Priorities. Get your priorities straight, man.
It started at 6 o'clock as this live went on.
Uh-oh.
Wow, he's been having the jitters this whole time.
To be fair, that's why I was like watching it.
He wasn't actually paying any attention to us.
Full attention has been paid.
Well, thanks guys for coming on. Marcus, it's good to meet you.
No worries, buddy.
I wish I had a good sign off like how Vince does it, but I'm gonna just say thanks for watching.
Bye.
Catch you later. Bye.
And so the stream trickles to a close. You've listened, you've learned, you've watched Ty try to pronounce Japanese words again. We've cast our net, and today it pulled up something valuable. Knowledge, insight, maybe even a few controversial filter opinions. To our guest, thank you for diving in. To the audience, thank you for splashing around with us. And to Aaron, well, thank you for keeping this thing from sinking completely. Remember, the pond never sleeps, and neither does curiosity. So until next time, keep your nets ready, your test kits handy, and whatever you do, don't ask about stocking levels in the comments. This has been Hold My Net.